All right. Oh, what is up, YouTube? What is going on, fellow fantasy people? And of course, what is up, the catch fam? You already know what time it is, man. Some Monday night football hangout time for some fantasy Q&A. We've got Steven in the building. What's up, brother?
Yeah, most importantly, we forgot to say what is up, Colts fans, baby. We're up 7-0 against this Ravens team. I took a
Moral
lot.
victory.
Yeah, I took a money line on the Colts to win the game, and I also took Jonathan Taylor over 70 yards. He catches that one pass and goes like 75 yards on the first play. So
Nice,
uh,
nice.
that hit, but this money line to see if the Colts win still left to be decided. But
I
exciting,
like it.
man.
I
You see how
like
I
it.
got on too? Philip Rivers,
Philly Rivers.
yeah, still repping, still repping.
It's a good night.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Colts were looking pretty dominant until they fumbled on that second drive.
yeah. I mean, in the must start video, I referenced the fact that Carson Wentz is going to give up, tons of opportunities for turnovers and sacks. So there's more to come of the fumbles and probably some picks. But tell you
Yeah.
what, this defense looks like they're containing Lamar in this offense pretty well. It's a
Yeah,
very
Lamar
athletic.
is scaring me. Like I
Yeah,
just watched
I
that
know he
last
is.
run and I was just thinking if he gets injured, I lose my fantasy game. I mean, I'm still
Yeah,
down by 5 points.
I mean, so I'm watching right now. I think, because I'm streaming tonight, so we might actually be kind of queued up at the same time. Lamar just had that run where he broke the pocket, but
Yeah,
he's gonna have to run a lot, I think, in this game.
he
The
needs to.
Colts, the Colts do pretty good at containing, the bigger plays. Um, and I think with Xavier Rhodes getting back too, I think they're gonna be able to limit a guy like Marquise Hollywood Brown a little bit, but
Yeah. I mean, this Colts defense is all right, man.
yeah, they're solid.
Yeah.
Julian Blackman, man, I'm excited just watching these guys. It's good to see these guys.
Yeah.
I was I just said to Tyler, and of course he made a snide comment, but I was like, if we win this game, we could be right in the playoff hunt, which is crazy to say, but we had the hardest schedule the first few games. Then we got Houston up next, which you never know, dude. With Houston, you never know with those guys.
They are quite the squad, the Houston
They're a
Texans.
fun team.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. Fancy Mike, what's going on, brother? Good to see you tonight. Aaron Reborn, what's good? Good to see you. Richard Glass, what's going on, brother? Fancy Mike, he's got a Philip River jersey on, just spit out half a tall boy. Steven, we could now be best friends. I love it, dude.
Love you
uh,
too, Fantasy Mike.
you want to tell the story of that jersey?
Yeah, so the story about this is that I was super against Philip Rivers being added to the team when it happened. I was still very bitter off of losing Andrew Luck and everything, so very sad. Then we bring in this old wildly dinosaur in Philip Rivers. So since the beginning, I was very off of this guy, and he ends up being just as much of a dinosaur for the Colts. Whereas, he still did, he won us some ball games, so I can't hate him. But John ends up out of spite getting a jersey for me for Christmas. He gets me the Philip Rivers jersey. And it was a good surprise. It was a good joke, but I've actually ended up wearing this jersey quite a bit.
Whoa, 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 whoa. We got to take a big time out. Made for TV, first of all.
Whoa.
What's up, brother? It's good to see you, bro. We were just talking about you. Uh,
Whoa.
good to have you here, Made for TV. Sorry to skip in the chat, but John Gruden is resigning.
Oh.
Email investigation reveals homophobic language. Oh gosh.
Oh,
And
he did some bad
oh,
stuff.
pictures of topless cheerleaders. Yikes. Yikes. This is bad.
Dude, he should
Whoa.
not have went after the commissioner.
Whoa. Oh, he did go after the commissioner. I'm reading that now
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, he went after the commissioner,
Wow.
and then all this came out, yo. Goodell plays no games. He plays
He
no games.
doesn't. That's big news. Is
Yeah,
this good? Is this good for the Raiders
it's really
in the
good for
long run?
them. It's really good for them, I think.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you for breaking that news, Made for TV.
Holy crap. Holy smokes.
Yikes. Yikes. All right. We'll come back to Gruden's resignation
Yeah, we're gonna
in a
have to get
second
back
here.
into this.
Yeah. Big news. Big news. You heard it here first on the catch, baby.
Yeah, broken by Made for TV.
Made for
The,
TV.
the new Ian Rappaport, the new Adam Schefter.
Made for TV. It's good to see you, man. We're happy to have you here, brother.
Yeah, man.
Loyal member to the Catch fam. A1 day one right there.
Yeah, definitely.
Richard Glass, I'm a Ravens fan, and Justin Tucker is my favorite player. But if he scores more than 1 point tonight, I lose a game tonight. I feel so dirty. K9, I need the Colts defense to do really good, or I lose this week. They're playing okay right now.
Yeah.
Mr. Matt J. Kim, damn, your guys' stream's ahead of mine. Jerry, first W this weekend. Let's go,
Jerry.
Shout out to Jerry.
There we go.
Good shit, bro.
Yeah.
Fantasy Mike, Ricky Seals Jones, or Demetrius Harris. Both starting tight ends for next week. Who's the sneaky cheap start? I would say Ricky Seals Jones.
Yeah. The seal is going to come out there. He is going to be in full effect, guys.
Yeah.
The Ricky Seal is coming out, baby. Mr. Taylor Heineke, he loves those tight ends. So I think he's going to get a lot of targets.
I had like 8 targets yesterday.
Yeah.
So. Mr. Matt J. Kim, fingers crossed. Need Lamar and Taylor for 60 points from here on out. It could happen.
Yeah, I'm scared about Taylor, man. I think so. Right now, I'm down 24 points now after JT's big play. Dude, there's a chance I lose. And I came into this game with a comfortable lead. So
they're running the ball with ease tonight, man.
Yeah, I'm very scared about this.
Yeah. Jerry, that Patriots defense pick was kind of sketchy.
Honestly, though, I mean, like, I think John and I were just talking about it too. I mean, like, when we make our must starts, right, we can only go off of a narrative, off of, what we think is the best logical play, right? And I think the Pats, I mean, they kind of hit every single checkbox. I mean,
yeah.
We kind of debriefed this week about kind of the must starts and how the Pats really just shit the bed as a whole. And we were just like, what the hell? And the biggest takeaway was like, whenever streaming against the Texans, like you have to have an asterisk there. Like you just don't know against these guys. They're a rowdy bunch, man.
They are. I mean, it's crazy. Like I don't think we expected this at all. Yeah. I don't know if we can. I mean, I'm planning on streaming them against the Colts or streaming the Colts against them, and I'm like kind of worried about it.
Yeah, the Colts will make the must start defense video, which will drop tomorrow, but there's a specific, I mean, I specifically mentioned the fact that, like, if you do it, you better have some courage because this Texans team, they're going to give you everything they got. And I'm scared as a Colts fan because this should have been an easy win. The Lions will give you everything they got on the offensive side of the output, right?
That's probably true.
Which always makes it kind of sketchy for streaming them, again, defensively too. But this Texans team, they can do a lot. They can do a lot against you.
All right, let's see.
Oh, Paris Campbell gets slammed in the backfield.
Chase Brown, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. How's y'all's night going? Pretty good, man. Hanging in there. Ready for some good football. Another lineman down for the Colts. No surprise. Spencer, what it do? Respond to your message on Sleeper. All right, bet. We'll get back to you, bro. Good to see you, though, Spence. Good to have you here as always, my guy. Fantasy Mike Gruden resigned because of racial comments from 10 years ago. Instead of dealing with questions on if he's racist, he just stepped down. Yeah, I don't know if you guys caught the press conference after the game yesterday, but they were grilling him, and he looked shook.
Yeah, I think basically Gruden just got out of it before he knew it was going to get worse for himself and his family. This is obviously, it's a sensitive topic, but you just kind of hate to see this shit go on in general. But, you also hate to see it for a guy that I think a lot of people were fans of in the booth too. I mean, this was a fun guy. It was always fun getting to see the Gruden grinders. I think the league was happy to see him back as a head coach because he was entertaining. Just seeing him get fired up and yelling at players. Yeah, I mean, he was terrible. The Raiders, like John just said, like they're probably a little bit happier that he's gone. But it's just a shame. It's a real shame.
Yeah, it is. James Zhao, pick up Gaskin, Pittman, Knox, Pollard, Tony, or Logan Thomas. Dawson Knox.
Yeah.
Regardless of what position you need, Dawson Knox, if you can get him on your roster right now, I mean, he should be rostered in every format right now as a tight end 1 or a flex. I mean, if you got a tight end better than him, a Kelsey or a Waller, and he can pick up Knox, I mean, you should start both of those guys every week.
And you know who he's playing this week? Tennessee.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
gonna be a nice little, I'm sure he'll make the must-start tight end list. Let's just say that.
He might be my must-start tight end for the rest of the year, the
Yeah.
way he's playing, dude.
Yeah.
JM, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing fantastic tonight. Happy to have you here in the stream. Where do you have Cup in the wide receiver rankings rest of season in full PPR? I've gotten pretty high. I don't know about you, Steve, but I've gotten pretty high.
Yeah, I would say, like, high, but, I think we actually talked about this briefly, like, right before he's kinda fallen off these past couple weeks, but we said, "Where do you see Cooper Kupp finishing, rest of the season?" Because he's obviously played so well already, but I think right now, just excluding everything else out, I don't think he's gonna be a top 5 guy. Those weeks that he was doing at the beginning of the season, he was on pace to, like, shatter every record.
Yeah,
I'm hopeful that he can finish, like, top 10 rest of the season, but I mean, I think you could be very comfortable knowing that he's gonna be a top 12 rest of season player, but guys like
yeah,
Robert Woods are gonna become more impactful for this team because that's gonna help the Rams in general to win games by diversifying this offense. You just can't do everything through one player. It just limits you so much as an offense.
yeah, yeah. I just all I know is that Cooper Cup is quite good.
Yeah.
That's like that's my final verdict on Cooper Cup. Yeah, they're putting it on the screen now about John Gruden during
Yeah.
the game.
That what? No, they're like breaking the game down. Like, what did they just like end the game to like do this? Do they they don't give a shit about the Colts?
Can you say much there?
Yeah, I guess the Gruden grinders are more important.
Thanks for the question, Jay. Hope you enjoy the stream. Hope you stick around for a bit, man. If you got any other fancy questions, throw them our way, and hope you consider subscribing, becoming part of the Catch
Mhm.
fam tonight. But appreciate you coming out nonetheless. And for all the Catch fam, hope you guys are smashing that like button. Let's try and get the stream to as many viewers as possible. All right, Spencer Stern, having both Schultz and Knox feels great. One of the only times I'll ever rock two tight ends on a team. Man, if you can get like two elite, like must start tight ends on a weekly basis, it really does like
Mhm.
benefit your fantasy roster. I mean, a tight end is an interesting position where if you get the right guys, they can be just as valuable as a wide receiver one. I mean, like at a Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams level, right? Uh, it's just crazy to think that, right? And I always try and get those guys in the draft, and the last 2 years hasn't really worked out for me. So
Yeah.
Mike Gesicki, still waiting on him to really break out.
Dude, he had those targets.
He's playing all right though.
The brisket got banged up this week.
Yeah, hey, Tua time. Tua's back, brother. Let's go.
I don't
It's
know if
time for the Tua train.
Tua's gonna even be ready. At this point, the Dolphins might just play a kicker at this point at quarterback. They're getting rocked out there.
Tua's coming back, bro. Jerry, I picked up Seals Jones. Start him or Goodort? I would sort of rock with Dallas Goddard at this point in time, but I
Mhm.
think that it's a good, in terms of depth, I think it's a great move, Jerry. But I would still rock with the Goodert
Mhm.
at this point in time, would be my humble opinion there.
Definitely go with the gooey man.
Gooey man, as Steven says. Aaron Reborn, SLB Bex or SL Baxter on Sleeper. Okay, good to know. Yeah, and the Catch Fam Fantasy League, midseason Fantasy League. I will say, I've been looking at it a few times. I'm like, ooh, these are not the same YouTube names. I do not know these people, but
Yeah.
we'll get it sorted out. Appreciate you letting us know, Aaron Reborn. Chase Brown got my first win this week, putting up 163 points. Let's go, Chase
Whoo!
Brown. Comeback
Chase,
season.
baby.
Let's go,
Hey,
baby.
we were just saying, man, don't give up.
Never give up, bro. Rocky. We're all Rocky out here. Such a Stern sent you a trade too. Check it out. Okay, I will, bro. Mabon, what's going on, man? Should I trade DJ Moore and Henderson for Stephon Diggs and Zach Moss?
Interesting trade.
I kind of like that because I think that the Bills are trending in the right direction and the Panthers are trending in the wrong direction. I like
Mhm.
DJ Moore still a lot, but I feel like those pieces of that Bills offense are going to become more and more valuable. And I still really like Henderson as well, but I don't mind that trade. If you got more conviction in the Bills players, I think it's a good trade.
Yeah, I think my only and I think we both really like Zach Moss as a player, but He is super touchdown dependent, I feel like, for the most part.
Sure,
So still a little concerning there because I think Henderson can do it through the air and on the ground a little bit better than him on a consistency basis. But
sure.
Henderson's also got a lot more injury problems than Moss does.
I
So
agree with
yeah,
that.
I like that deal. I like that deal.
Don't mind it either way if you go with it or you don't go with it. Spencer, wait, Gruden resigned. When the hell did this happen? Like
Just now.
last 10 minutes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Made for TV coming through with the update, man.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Patty Mahomes versus Washington or Kyler Murray versus Cleveland.
Mahomes.
Mm.
Mahomes all the
I
way.
would say Mahomes, yeah, because
Yeah.
Washington's getting torched on a regular basis
Yeah.
right now. And I talked about this in the waiver wire video. This Chiefs team needs some big offensive days and some victories. I look
Mhm.
for them over the next. Don't remember off the top of my head who they play the 2 weeks following, but they play some pretty bad teams and they need some big wins. And I think that they're going to be on fire these next coming 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty comparable too. I mean, when they played Philadelphia and Mahomes went out there and threw 5 touchdowns, this is
Yeah,
gonna be a very similar type of output, I think. And I can kinda it's crazy to say it with confidence that you think Mahomes has a chance to go out and throw for 5 touchdowns, but, I mean, do you have any doubt that he can do that? I mean, especially with Clyde, it looks like Clyde's gonna be banged up for a couple weeks, so it's even
I
less
like
of a likelihood that they run it.
I like Williams, but
I do too, yeah.
he can catch the football quite well also. So
Yeah, maybe
um,
better.
yeah, potentially better. Sure. The good news is with CEH, right? Is it looks like he has avoided a serious injury, which
Mhm.
is so weird. Like his injury and Barkley's injury, it looked like they would
Yeah.
never play football again.
Yeah.
Like it was just so dramatic. And I mean, I get that like they're super frustrated, right? I mean, this is like what they do for a living. It can affect like their roster spot. Like there's all kinds of implications. So I get that they get super upset, but looks like both of those injuries are still serious, but not like season ending or anything.
It'd be like I mean, their jobs are almost, like, more intense than, like, if we were to slip in our chairs doing the podcast and, hurt our bums, you know? So they're not as difficult as our jobs, but yeah, they're pretty
Okay,
intense.
I see where you're going there. uh, Jerry, I have 4 tight ends riding them to the finals.
Wow.
Let's see. Spencer says 4 tight ends. Come on, man. My best fantasy season of all time, which is in the league that's my 20-man league now. I had 3 tight ends and I only lost 1 game. And it's because I was in New York with my wife and I forgot to check my lineup in the morning.
The worst way to
And
go down.
if I had made the swap that I would have made, I would have had an undefeated season. But I lost because of Devonta Freeman in the playoffs that year. I'll never
Freeman.
forget that.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a play where Freeman like fumbled at the 1 yard line. He had like a 3 touchdown game, and he was either down at the 1 yard line or fumbled, and that's why I lost the game. If he just
Dude,
scored that touchdown, I would have won.
he used to be gnarly.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's how crazy that, like, being a running back in the league is. Like, you
oh
can
yeah,
be, like, on pace to be, like, the next Herschel Walker and then be Todd Gurley, like, the next day. Like,
yeah,
I mean, like, Todd Gurley was, like, gonna be a Hall of Famer, and now he's, like,
sure.
not even on a team. It's just
Yeah,
it's
Freeman's on the
nuts.
team and Gurley's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
You know,
I
so
still don't really
geez.
understand that, but
Yeah,
whatever.
Jason Kenobi, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. As always, my guy. Jerry's got Andrew Schultz, Goodert, and Seals Jones. I like it.
All good options.
Yeah. JM, just subscribe. Appreciate that support, homie. Good to have
Mhm.
you here. Uh, with Gruden out, are you concerned about Waller? Not at all, man. You could have
Yeah.
Steven could get hired right now as the Raiders head coach, and I would still start Darren Waller.
Yeah, the only thing I will say is that I mean, I don't think you need to be concerned, but that was something that Gruden was like he revolved the entire offense around him, and he was very, like, outspoken in the media about that too. He was
Sure,
like, "We're gonna find ways to just feed it to him nonstop." So,
sure,
I don't know, but hey, does this maybe open the door for guys like Ruggs, right? Are they gonna finally maybe use him more effectively, right? Um, there are maybe some serious upsides to some of these skill guys because they have good players, man.
sure. I'm probably dropping Henry Ruggs, so I hope that doesn't come true.
Just some food for thought, man.
Yeah,
Maybe hold
yeah.
on to him another week. This Gruden
I
effect,
keep
man.
saying that, man, and then like I never want to start him because I'm like,
Yeah,
what if he only has 6 points? And then when I start him, he only has 6 points, and then when I don't start him, he has 20 points, and that's like the tail of every player on my roster,
that's the worst thing in the world.
or they're just injured,
Yeah.
or they're Gus Edwards.
Injured.
Uh, Fantasy Mike, just want to hint my top 3 options for my first pick: star running back, star wide receiver, star quarterback. I like that method for sure. Yeah. Jerry, wow, I thought that Seals Jones pick against the Chiefs was good. I mean, yeah, I think it's a good start.
For sure.
Chiefs are doo-doo, bro, defensively.
Awful.
Aaron Reborn, what are your top 5 players for fantasy right now, in your opinion?
Mm.
I would probably say, oh man,
Should
the
we
Ravens having
should we
a.
go by position maybe?
You could.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you hit first?
I'm just gonna do top 5 general, actually.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I will say Derrick Henry,
Yeah,
Austin Eckler, but
yeah.
he's still my bust on the year. Just joking. He's not my bust on the year anymore. I feel like they're all going to be running backs, though. Dude, honestly, is it crazy to say Cordero Patterson in this conversation? He's the
Ah,
top. He's running back 3 before this past week.
I'd rather include a guy if you're not already thinking about including him, but Mike Williams.
Sure, I'd put Mike Williams up there. I
Yeah.
feel like Jamar Chase should be in
Jamar
there.
Chase should be included because
Gosh, dude, Jamar Chase just wild.
you're also talking about value too, like where you're getting some of these guys. Like
Yeah,
you might not have even drafted Mike Williams.
I think Kelsey is undeniable at the tight end position. I think
Dawson
Josh
Knox.
Allen, yeah, Dawson Knox, excuse me, Josh Allen might be playing the best fantasy
Hmm.
football of any quarterback right now. I mean, Kyler coming off of a sleazy game, right? Uh, gosh, it's
I'm trying to.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean there's
Those
been
would be the guys that come to mind. I mean, Devontae Adams, of course,
Davis Mills.
Davis
No,
Mills.
no, but he looked good this week. Holy shit,
He
made the
did.
Patriots look bad.
He
But no,
did.
I mean, yeah, I think you got to include guys, which is pretty crazy. But you got to include guys like Jamar Chase, Debo Samuel has been very
Yeah.
good all season as well. But yeah, I think you hit it right on the head with those first 2 guys. Eckler and Henry have just been dominant, and then you got guys like Mike Williams and Jamar Chase who have really broken out, and Dawson Knox. I mean, Dawson Knox is kind of on pace to be like top 3 tight end this year.
Yeah. Gronk before he got injured.
Yeah.
Brady, other than those 2 week games, I mean, or two last week. Oh, gosh, I can't. Last 2 games where he didn't play good. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, I mean, a lot of good players right there. Yeah, I don't know if that answered the question, but
I wouldn't get
those,
rid of any of those guys.
those are the guys that come to mind for me.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Good question though, Aaron. Spencer Stern, I went 0-3 this week and was top 4 scoring in all leagues. Demoralizing week. Yikes.
Depressing.
Fantasy Mike, Devontae Booker or Damian Williams? That's a good question. I think I would roll with Williams because I think the Chiefs' offense is going to have a better outlook. I mean, let's not forget that Danny Dimes concussed, and he looked like he was very concussed.
He looked bad.
Yeah, not just a little concussed, right? So he might not be starting. Might be seeing Mike Glennon and company, and Tony's possibly getting suspended. Might not be getting suspended, but he actually has an injury. It's not that serious. But Galladay's injured, Shepard's injured, Slayton's injured, right? So I just don't know how I feel about the Giants' offense as a whole. I mean, I like Booker. I still think you guys should put him in a waiver for him. I was trying to see if the Ravens are going to score there, but I would roll with Williams over Booker personally.
Oh no.
Andrews.
Yeah.
Yeah. Giselle decided to stick it with Goodert instead of dropping him for Knox. Still won my week, but feeling pretty dumb now. Yikes. I mean, you might, if Knox still out there, you might be able to get him still.
Yeah,
Alex,
it's always tough.
It is tough. Yeah. I mean, I do that like once a week, so don't feel too bad, bro. Alex McBucket, should I trade Jacoby Myers and Dalton Schultz for AJ Brown? I have Tyler Higbee. It's a good question. If you're hurting enough at receiver, then I don't mind it. I do think AJ Brown's going to improve on the season, so I don't hate it. Alex McBuckets. I like that name, McBuckets.
I think that's a good move too. I
Yeah,
mean, you're getting a potential wide receiver 1 or low end wide receiver 2 rest of the season if he can perform at the value everybody thought.
sure,
Whereas Jacoby Myers is going to be Mr. Consistent week to week, but he's not going to be a wide receiver 1 or 2 on the season.
sure.
I mean, there's a good chance that the guy you trade him to as well gets super frustrated and just cuts him, right? So
Yeah,
I definitely like that deal.
it's Steven approved.
Yeah, locked and
Spencer
loaded, baby.
Spencer likes it. It's Spencer approved. That's all you need to know. Let's see. Spencer Stern Saquon will be out for at most a month. Yeah. Gosh, the picture of his ankle is like
Gross.
painful to look at.
Gross.
Made for TV _ Do you guys use the Fantasy Life app? It's like Jimmy John's. It's freaky fast. No, I'll have to check that
Ooh,
out, bro.
I like that.
Now I'm hungry for a sub too, bro.
Dude, if it was that fast to break that John Gruden news, holy crap.
Made for TV, the official Ian Rappaport of the Catch family. Richard Glass. I have Allen and Brady. Was thinking of trading Brady after Allen's bye week. Should I hold Brady as a block instead of trading? I'm gonna let Steven take that one, being a Brady owner to an Allen owner on the season.
Yeah, so let's see here. Thinking of trading Brady after Allen's bye week. Yeah, I like that deal for sure. Getting rid of Brady because you're going to be able to get rid of Brady for like max value.
Yeah,
And I do think Josh Allen and Brady are going to finish relatively the same rest of the season, but I think Josh Allen gives you a higher floor on a week to week basis just because he can run the ball, right? Um, I mean, what we saw Josh Allen do against his Kansas City team, it's pretty nuts. He was hurdling guys. So I definitely like that move. But should I wish I was in your position to have both those guys still right now? So I would make that deal after the bye week, though. Get rid of Brady at peak value and get a couple studs, maybe at some other positions, right?
yeah,
Um,
I think I agree with you.
yeah.
Gosh, Lamar, what are you doing, man?
I mean, John, this is a little sad news. I know I told you about it earlier, but Trey Lance being out a couple weeks now, that's going to coincide with Josh Allen's bye week, and so I'm kind of in a position now where I've like handcuffed this guy all season, and I basically am just going to cut Trey Lance. Like, there's no reason for
Yeah,
me to hold on to this guy anymore, despite how high I am on him. And I
yeah,
know somebody's going to go in there and scoop him, and I'm gonna be pissed.
yeah. I'm not gonna scoop him if that makes you feel
I know
better.
you're not. You're pretty low on him.
It's not that I'm low on him.
Conservative.
Yeah, I just feel like if I picked him up, I would never start him.
Yeah, which is fair.
And I mean, I got Lamar. The upside with Lamar is like I can't move past it, except
Hey,
for tonight. He just needs
held
to complete one more pass, and I win.
we held them to 3, baby. That's what I like to see.
Yeah,
Let's go.
that was a good drive defensively. Lamar's pissed. He's slamming his towel.
Philip Rivers is
Okay.
still in the blood of this unit.
Philip Rivers is there in spirit with his 19 children.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're playing for the Colts.
yeah, Mr. Matt J. Kim. DJ Moore or Kareem Hunt for my flex next week in standard. I feel inclined to say
Ooh.
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, standard is what makes me really lean that way. And I
Right.
think the Browns are going to win that game. Dead ass. That's kind of one of my upsets of the week. I think they're going to be able to beat this Arizona team.
Man, I was just watching the highlights of the
That was fun.
crotch grab game by Baker before
Oh,
it
oh,
just came up on my like YouTube algorithm for some reason, and I was watching that before we started, and I was like, yeah, I like Baker.
he's such a beast.
Forgot about that cheap shot though. I mean, they like smacked him, dude.
Hmm.
Anyways, Seth, what's going on, brother? Good to see you tonight. Hope you're doing fantastic, man. Catch fam in full force tonight. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button. Any new faces joining us, make sure you guys go and subscribe and become part of the Catch fam. But it's great to see everyone tonight. All right, big trade. Do I trade Devontae Adams and Russell Wilson for Diggs, T. Higgins, and Lamar?
Ooh, yeah. I'm hitting that right now, dude.
I
Oh,
don't
actually,
mind it. I mean, I hate to see you losing
Adams.
Devontae Adams, but if you need the depth at quarterback right away, then I don't hate it because you are getting Stephon Diggs.
Well, I mean, if you took let's think about our preseason rankings, right? You're
Yeah.
basically getting Lamar, who we ranked higher than Russell Wilson. I think we definitely agree is better rest of the season than Russell Wilson. And then you're getting Diggs, who's was like the number 3 receiver coming into the year for Devontae Adams, and you got T Higgins, a great depth piece.
Yeah.
Um,
So I don't hate
and
that trade either. Yeah.
yeah, it's a good move. But yeah, it definitely hurts losing Adams. That guy's a badass, bro.
Yeah. Fantasy Mike, trade Adam Thielen and Allen Robinson for Deontay Johnson.
Mm.
Eh,
I
I don't mind it.
The only reason I would ever, in that situation, say to stay with those guys would be if it was standard, right? Because
Yeah.
obviously Adam Thielen has that, touchdown potential, but he's coming off some bad weeks, and Deontay Johnson, dude, he just catches every damn pass. And
He's balling.
the second fiddle in terms of catches, I always felt like was Juju. I always felt like he was the second PPR value guy for them, but he's gone now. So I think even more is going to go to him. Him and
He's
Najee.
gone.
Yeah, rest of the season.
He's gone.
He is a goner.
Got that shoulder injury. Which, by
Yeah.
the way, I'm liking James Washington.
Yeah, that's a good waiver. That's a
Yeah.
good waiver snag.
Aiden, what's going on, brother? Good to see you tonight. Chase Brown, drop Chenault for Daryl Williams. I'm a CEH owner. I don't mind that move for now.
Mhm.
If you feel confident about the rest of your receivers, I don't mind that move. Excuse me.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't mind that. All right, let's see here. Seth, I'd say if you're 1-4, do that trade. Joshua, Fantasy Mike, is David Njoku a 1 week wonder? That's a good question. I'm hesitant around the David Njoku ad. I talked about this in the waiver wire edition video. I mean, week 1 a good stat line, then 3 weeks of a whole lot of nothing, and then a huge game. So I think in some of these shootout games, we'll see him a bit more involved. Week 1 against the Chiefs, a good stat line. This past week, week 5, good stat line versus the Chargers. Now they've got the Arizona Cardinals, so it is likely he has another good stat line this week. But I just don't know on a consistent basis what we're going to get out of David Njoku. So I would use caution if you're going to go after him in the waivers.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Spencer Stern, CH is going to be out longer than Saquon, most likely. I like Williams more than Booker. Yeah, I don't disagree with that take. And also, once again, going back to each respective offense, I like Williams a little bit more. He's also much more proven overall as a running back. So
I kind of go the opposite way on this.
really,
I just feel like this Chiefs offense is a little bit sometimes unpredictable at the running back spot. Like, are we sure that McKinnon's not going to get work here? Like, he looked really good in preseason, and he's very capable as a pass catching back, as well as he looks explosive when he runs it too. So,
sure.
and with
point.
Booker, it does look like Booker's going to be the clear cut guy. So,
Yeah, he played very well.
Yeah.
In relief of Saquon Barkley, it is one of the things there. I mean, I like both of them.
Mhm.
I would like to have both of them on my team, but I don't think that's going to happen. Vashit,
You
what's
might.
going on? I might. If I lose, if Lamar doesn't get one more point for me, or it's like 0.6 of a point or something, then yeah, I might have a pretty good waiver priority. Let's see. Booker may produce a little more the weeks he is playing, says Spencer. Yeah. I mean, I like both of them. I truly do. Fancy Mike, trade Jones Jr. and Chase Claypool for Devonta Smith and James Conner. I don't mind that move. I like Conner right now. I finessed a trade this week. I got Devontae and Jefferson for AJ Brown, Will Fuller, and Chris Carson. Some idiot accepted. Hey, that's a win, bro.
Wow. Yeah.
That's more than a win.
You fleeced that guy.
Flexing on him, bro. Thoughts on Keenan Allen? I have him and Terry as my wide receiver, so I'm still waiting on Allen's big games. Yeah, I mean, the way Mike Williams is playing, I don't know that we're going to get huge ceilings out of Keenan Allen, but he's still going to be extremely consistent. And I would still bank on him having a couple games where he's around that 20-point mark. But on a consistent basis, probably closer to 10 to 15 points.
Yeah, I think you just have to adjust expectations to what you thought you were getting in Keenan Allen, but having that duo right there with Terry and him, that's so nice on a weekly basis.
It is.
Those guys are nice pickups, especially if it has any sort of PPR in your league.
You don't have to ever worry about like a low floor. I mean,
no,
they're going to do well for you all season long. Jerry Lamar is about to score. Well, I thought so too, brother. But Lamar gonna go poop. Yeah, basically what happened. Dan Williams nasty. Aaron Reborn, what are y'all thinking about this? Either Mike Kelsey and Patterson or Kelsey and James Robinson for someone else's Eckler and Waller. Ooh. I don't mind that. I would. I'm leaning towards trading Kelsey and Patterson for Eckler and Waller. But you guys know I love my Cordero Patterson cheese, but
So you would give up Kelsey?
I just don't think it's that much of a drop off between Kelsey and Waller.
Yeah, I mean, he has had a couple bad weeks. I don't want to read too much into it, but he has.
He's got an injury too.
And we really don't know what this Gruden thing's going to be. Like, I could totally see Gruden being that bad of a coach where he just like comes out and is like, "All right, guys, just give it to Darren. Screw everybody else. Just give it to the Walrus and let him run." Like, so I don't know, man.
It's hard to say, but Eckler worth trying to grab.
He's worth a lot.
I think Robinson, I'm more willing to say he's going to be more consistent on the season. But I do really like Patterson. You guys know that. So that's a tough call, Aaron Reborn. Jerry, Lamar or Andrews, I'll be happy with either. Fair enough. Still enough time in this game for that to happen as Rodrigo Blankenship is about to take a 42-yarder.
Yes. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second.
Oh, he missed it.
What's going on? They took out Rodrigo. It's our punter.
Oh, really?
That was our punter. What?
It is.
What's going on?
They took out the
goggles.
They took out the goggles.
That's not good. That's not a good situation, guys. We've got to operate. Oh, there he goes. He's coming on the field. Big sexy. Here he is.
Okay, so
what in the world?
It's just because of the length of field goal.
That was such a Frank Reich move. What a stupid.
But there's a flag. They get a second attempt. They're putting Rodrigo in now.
What the hell was that? What the hell was that? That was so stupid. Gosh, Frank Reich, go screw off.
Oh, sorry, Made for TV. We missed your. I didn't mean to scroll past you. I grabbed Darrell Williams before the game last night. Not sure I'll play him though. Hard to sit Jones, Robinson, or Taylor. Man, I still can't believe you got that combo, bro. Vashit says sit Jones, start Taylor. Taylor gonna pop off. He's popping off tonight. Fantasy Mike, Tony, or Callaway. It depends on the suspension.
I like Tony.
I mean, I do too if he's out there.
I mean, do you feel like confident in Callaway? Like, is he really that consistent? No. Outside of that one catch he had, it's kind of tough to bank on that guy.
Yeah, I don't want to bank on him.
Yeah, I love Tony too.
Jerry, I hope Andrews has a good week so I can trade him. Fair enough.
Yeah, me too.
Spencer Stern, Sam Darnold is getting dropped at 2 a.m. this morning, right as waivers opened up. Fair enough. I'm not gonna lie, I've already done the same thing. Well, I at least put in a waiver for another player. Fantasy Mike, is Devontae Adams a must-start in DKS money tournament? Yeah, I wouldn't mind starting Devontae Adams at any time.
Yeah, he's been good against the Bears historically too.
Let's see, Spencer Stern. Joshua, I would sell SB for Gibson, to be honest. I don't mind that.
Yeah, that's. I think Spencer definitely is pretty plugged in with the Saquon Barkley injury too. I think that's probably a good move.
Jason Kenobi, where's my blue wrench? My bad. I'm about to add it. Sorry, man. I thought I read your comment earlier and I thought I did. Sorry, doing multiple things at once. My guy. All right, let's see here. Shout out to you, Jason Kenobi. Sorry, bro. Jaden, what's going on, man? Why does Deebo Samuel suck?
Dude, I don't know about that.
Fair question. I mean, it's just hard to, on a weekly basis, expect such a high ceiling, right? I mean, he's going to have bad games at points. So, yeah, I would still believe in him on the season.
He had 14 points this week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just hard to get those 30-point games, right? But I was really happy about what he did because I thought he was going to fall off when Trey Lance came in. I thought the offense was going to shift gears a little bit, but Deebo came in there and you saw him take some runs like out of the backfield. I mean, this guy is so involved in the offense.
Bit more effective in the running game than anything else.
He's such an elite player when healthy. I'm so pissed off for not
Yeah,
going after
I
him.
think it'll turn around for you, Jaden. Let's see here. Mike Hunt. We've gone from fantasy Mike to Mike Hunt. All right, I like it. I'm done. I'm trading Stephon Diggs right now for Mike Evans and Brandon Cooks. Okay, fair enough. Over the Diggs wave. Okay. Jerry, should I trade for Jonathan Taylor or Henderson? I mean, I feel pretty inclined to say Jonathan Taylor on the season,
Mhm.
but I do like my guy D10Ds too.
I like Jonathan Taylor a lot rest of the season, and
Yeah.
if you look at the end of season matchups he's got, it's beautiful. He's got a great playoff matchup.
All right, let's see. Lost my place. Okay. I think Andrews and Carson makes a good package. Yeah. Yeah, I think you get Taylor or Henderson out of that package realistically, Jerry. There's news Gronk is very close to being back for this week. If he's not playing, should I go Goddard again or go get Njoku or Hunter Henry? I don't
Hmm.
mind Goddard or Hunter Henry. I would lean more towards them than Njoku right now.
Yeah, I think Goddard's got a great matchup. I mean, really the only downside to Goddard all year has been Zach Ertz randomly coming in and getting us a catch or two, right? So, but yeah, he's got a great matchup.
James Zhao, Godwin or Ridley the rest of the season? That's tough. What do you think as a Ridley owner? I mean, as a Godwin
God,
owner.
yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like I beat the drum. Like, I feel like I'm like the biggest fanboy of Godwin, but at some point he's got to kind of start showing up a little bit for me because I can't do him with too much longer. He's been pretty
Yeah.
mediocre these past few weeks. I actually think there's a pretty good chance that you could probably bank on guys like Calvin Ridley here. We'll see how long this personal situation kind of carries on, but I like Calvin Ridley being the number one focus of that offense, whereas Godwin, any week he could get kind of focused out of the game plan.
I think I would be more inclined to roll with Ridley,
Yeah,
but I still like Godwin.
yeah.
Mike Hunt, Ravens are trading Tyson Williams in a few days. Source just broke the news. Yeah, I looked into that just now, and we'll see what happens. There's definitely interest, at least. So if Williams is floating around in your league, which more than likely he probably is, I mean, it might be something to keep an eye on. So it's a good update, Mike. Jerry, I might take the Bills defense with my first pick. Fair enough.
Yeah, honestly.
Right. Aaron Reborn, my team got 198.72 points this week, but I still want to look for improvements just in case. And I know Eckler can help me, even though right now I'm Hunt, Robinson, and Patterson. I don't mind that, man. I
200
don't mind.
points.
A lot can
Jeez.
change in a week. Yeah. And shout out to you, Aaron Reborn. Great week, bro. James Zhao, will Cooks be a lot better when Taylor comes back? Hopefully. I mean, it was I think with this past week, we talked about this going into the week, that the Patriots take away that X factor. And
Mhm.
somehow the Texans found a way to play quite well without their X factor. Guys like Chris
See more.
Conley. Yeah. And so, I mean, I would think that he's probably actually okay, even while Taylor's out. But either way, yeah, I think he'll be fine on the season. But this Texans team, very difficult to read overall. So, all right, let's see here. Marquise, what's going on, brother? Good to have you here tonight, man. Philly Mike, another change. I like it. I like it. Would you start David Mills versus the Colts? Sneaky starter. Go Patrick Mahomes.
I'm gonna go Mahomes.
I'm gonna roll Mahomes too, but you never know. I
You
mean,
don't
like you
know.
brought up, the certain teams out there in DraftKings who started David Mills last week did quite well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It sounds funny, but that's where we are right now in this season.
yeah. Anyone else thinks my guy in the blue jersey looks like Mason from that other channel? Which channel is it? We'll have to figure that out. Let us know which other channel it is. We'll have to check it out. All right. Philly Mike Steven looks like a young Jason Garrett.
Dude, that's like the worst insult I've ever
Steven
heard.
looks like he's 17, 14
That
on a good day.
that is actually, I think, a direct line I've heard somebody say about me.
Feel like being compared to Garrett is an insult at this moment.
Oh, it's a insult all the time.
Steven looks like the guy off of Greatest Freakout Ever video on YouTube. Yikes. Spencer says Fantasy Flock. Do you look like Fantasy
Oh
Flock,
my
Steven?
gosh, dude. You didn't just say that. Oh,
You
you
guys
didn't.
do. He resembles like a better looking version of you.
Dude, don't even start
Dude, now
saying
we got to
it.
get the collab
Just stop
going.
it. No, I know. There's no collab in the near future.
Uh,
Shots fired at the fantasy flock, dude. The Gets fam is coming at you.
if you compare someone to Steven, sure.
Yeah.
Logan Saunders, what's going on, brother? Good to have you here tonight. Hope you're doing well, man. Hi, new sub here. Appreciate that support, homie. Thoughts on Schultz for rest of season? Have Waller and Schultz on tight end. Thinking about trading Waller. I like Schultz quite a bit, but I don't know if he gives you the same ceiling as that Waller does,
Mhm.
right? Um, I would rather have both on my roster.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my point is, what do you think you would take, John, to get off a guy like Waller, knowing that you do have Schultz? I mean, because there is going to be a pretty nice trade market. I mean, there's guys that are streaming people like Gasecki. I mean, so is there a guy that you would take for getting off a guy like Waller?
Dawson Knox. I just
Yeah,
want Dawson Knox on my
yeah,
freaking
you're like
team.
obsessed with Dawson Knox.
I've always wanted him to be good. Like in the last 2 years, there's been at least 1 week throughout the season where I pick him up, and I'm like, all right, this is the time for Dawson Knox, and yeah, then of course the year that I don't do that, he's
Yeah,
he's balling. But I got Dalton
he's a
Schultz and
beast.
Mike
Yeah.
Mike G. So you know what I'm saying. Um, I would want a pretty good package from or for Darren Waller. It's
I'd
a
want
hard
like
it's a hard question, Logan. I think for me personally, I'd hold on to both those tight ends.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I wouldn't need a high-end RB2 or low-end RB1 to
yeah,
get off of a guy like Darren Waller.
sure. Yeah, and I think unless you can do a package deal where you're getting another like low end tight end one, right? Then I wouldn't do it. But I mean, having good tight end depth is very crucial to fantasy season. I mean, so I would hold on to him. Mr. Matt J. Kim, start two: Jonathan Taylor, DeAndre Swift, or Kareem Hunt. Are you just getting roasted right now?
This is just so ironic. I just can't help but laugh.
It's okay, Steven.
All right,
It's okay.
composure.
Start two: Jonathan Taylor, DeAndre Swift, or Kareem Hunt. Man, that's tough.
I think definitely Jonathan Taylor is really playing himself into an every week guy. I feel like you can kind of he's becoming you can't ask the question anymore. I think he's getting to that place again where he was last year, where he was at RB1 every week. But DeAndre Swift, man, can we hate on this guy? I mean, he's been solid.
I would start all three of those guys.
Yeah,
There's my unhelpful answer.
yeah,
One RB1, one RB2,
dude, all
one
those guys are nice.
one flex. That's what I would do. All right, let's see here. Knox getting drafted 3rd overall. I might. I mean, don't put it past me. Don't put it past me. Let's see here. If you guys could be a coordinator, would you choose offense or defense, and why? I'm all defense. I want to hurt you. I think I would be better as a defensive coordinator. What about you, Steven?
I'm I'm one of those control coaches, like they've got the title, like just control specialist where they don't do anything, but they still have the title. So that would be me. I would just carry a clipboard and maybe I'd hang out with Jason Garrett and just be like, hey, buddy, you want some coffee? That would be me, man. I'm a control
I
specialist.
want to be a tight end coordinator so I can
Dan Kemble,
so I can
apprentice.
so I can coach Dawson Knox.
Yeah, of course. No, but in all seriousness, obviously, I'd be coaching the kickers and punters. That's for sure.
So you could hang out with Rodrigo Blankenship.
Yeah.
All right. Philly Mike. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I just read that. Jerry, I want offense so I can run all over Philly Mike. Fair enough. Good answer. Drew, Chubb, Thielen, and Sutton for Kamara and Chase. PPR, is this a good trade? I would say yeah. I think Kamara is going to continue to get better on the season. And the way Jamar Chase is playing, he's
Yeah.
undeniable, man. I mean, Sutton hasn't been exactly consistent. I mean, I like Thielen the way he's been playing. It's a good question, Drew. And I still like Drew, or excuse me, we like you, Drew, of course. But I still like Chubb quite a bit. But overall, man, I think the upside lies with Kamara and Chase.
Yeah, I definitely think I want any piece of Camaro right now that I can. He's looking like he's gonna start balling out. I think actually another interesting question is like, what do you do with Jamar Chase, right? Like, do you hang on to this guy because he is right now just shattering all records? Like he is on pace to just ball the hell out, or do you maybe look to sell high right now so you can get somebody really nice? Because you
I
could get a lot, and I mean, dude, like I've been kind of saying it, like this efficiency that he's having, you keep thinking it's gonna fall off, right? Like at some point.
I I don't know about that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough because he's electric, dude. This guy's he's looking better than Justin Jefferson, which is just nuts to say.
It is. Yeah. I mean, you're a Jamar Chase owner. Would you
I know.
Are you considering trading him? I'll give you.
I
I
did
got
consider
I
it.
got Sam Darnold. I got the Patriots defense. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'll take Sam for him. No,
okay.
I considered trading him, and then 2 minutes later, this is true story. So 2 minutes later, I was like, okay, never mind, and bought his jersey. So
Okay.
I'm fully in on this guy, dude. He is by far my favorite player on my team. And you know, sometimes you just get a guy like Jamar Chase, and you just get excited, and you gotta hold on to him. I think unless you
Yeah.
get a shit ton for a guy like Jamar Chase, you just gotta keep him and keep riding the wave
Yeah.
because
Like someone offers you Derrick Henry and Justin
yeah,
Jefferson and Dawson Knox, and yeah, you take it,
of course,
or
Dawson
just Dawson
Knox.
Knox in general. I mean,
Yeah.
uh, Latavius Murray is really killing me right now, says James out. Yeah, the Colts defense is playing well
They're playing good.
uh, against this Ravens attack. And yeah, I mean, Latavius Murray, I mean, I kind of talked about this in last week's waiver video, right? Relatively touchdown dependent as a whole.
Mhm.
And if he doesn't get in the touchdown, or if he doesn't get a touchdown, if he doesn't get in the end zone, then he's not exactly relevant right now. So this Ravens rushing attack from a fantasy perspective is hard to read.
It is.
But there's plenty of time, James. I mean, I think his ceiling is right around 10 points. Still on the night, too. I mean, he's got time. Philly Mike, if you had first pick in league, who are you taking based off this year's stats?
That's a
Derrick
good
Henry.
question. That's a
Yeah.
good question. I mean, is it really that if you weren't such a big fanboy of Derrick Henry, is it just a lock?
Yeah.
No argument for Austin Eckler. And would that be 2?
That's just probably number 2. Him and
Yeah.
CMC still.
Yeah, I
And
agree
then
with you
Dawson
there.
Knox.
Yeah, I think the fact that Henry just you can count on him every single week to have a touchdown. It's pretty ridiculous. And he's just not showing any injury downside. So
You didn't
yeah.
hear my comment about Dawson Knox.
Oh, that's a bad brother right
There's a
there.
flag down.
That's a bad boy right there.
I didn't actually see the catch. There's a flag down.
Ooh, I'm flexing on him. Bring the heat.
And the Phillip Rivers jersey.
Flex. Look at that Diesel.
That's Diesel right there, man.
Diesel. James Harrison, step out of the way. Get out of the gym.
That was a great throw.
Hell yeah, it was because Carson Wentz is the best quarterback in the league.
You stayed in the pocket, man.
Dude, he just
That
got
was a great catch, though.
He got destroyed, dude.
Wow, Pittman mossed him.
Yeah, Pittman's
That's
a
a
beast.
very difficult score.
Yeah, he was like a Madden play, actually. You know when like the guy makes a
Yeah,
crazy catch and
yeah.
just like throws
He's
him
down
off.
though. He's down at the 1. That's not a score.
Jonathan Taylor owners, get ready for a touchdown out of the middle.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. They're gonna have to review that.
Shit, that is like not good for me, dude.
Wow, that's a bad play by the Ravens. Steven, how do you feel about having the last pick? Not teasing you.
Honestly, in all seriousness, actually pretty happy about it.
Yeah.
Me and John think that's the best pick, just because you have
It
so
was
much.
a touchdown, by the way. Sorry.
Let's go. False advertising by John, Cole hater.
Yep.
But no, I think it kind of puts you in a really good position, just because you get the next 2 picks. I mean, if I wanted to, I'm gonna have the chance to get 2 high-end RB2s back to back, and you know that's where I'm going with my picks, baby. So I'm psyched for it. You better get your RBs while you can, because I'm coming for them.
I think we all are.
Gosh, Rodrigo, so sexy with his goggles. He slams them every time.
Spencer, I'm taking Butt Buckner. How do you actually say his name? It's just
Harrison Bucker.
yeah,
Yeah.
Buckner. First. Okay, I like it, Spence. I'm taking Dawson Knox third, so watch out. Philly, Mike, I take last pick in a 10, man. Yeah, I always like having those snake eyes picks, whether you pick first overall or last overall.
Hmm.
I had them in our league this year, and well, my team sucks, so
Yeah.
maybe it's best if I don't get them. The Chosen Rose, dude. I played Damian Harris, Antonio Gibson, Madison. I still won though. All right, let's go. Eckler and
Dude,
Allen saved me. Okay, good.
Madison
Uh, Go ahead.
Madison is a badass, dude,
He is. That's you've been holding on to that handcuff for like 6 years now.
and haven't played him once.
Yeah. You've been holding on to Pollard and Madison for like the
Yeah,
last 4 years.
yeah.
And they're finally breaking through, man.
Eventually, I'll
Oh,
cash my chips.
yeah.
Eventually, I'll
Yeah.
cash them.
Gee, am I crazy for wanting to drop Carlson? Picked him up week 4 and he hasn't done much.
I don't think so.
No.
Especially with just like, on a weekly basis, there's always a decent amount of kickers that you can plug in and play. Um, I think, Carlson he was funny the first couple weeks because he was playing good and he had the whole fantasy story where he ended up kicking and beating his own fantasy team. But you're right. I mean, he hasn't really done much. So if a kicker does bad for you, unless it's like Justin Tucker, I don't mind just throwing him to the waivers, man, because you got a ton of really good athletes out there.
Great athletes.
Yeah.
Studs. All right. Ron the Goat. Hey guys, I'm 1-4 falling fast. Darnold, JT, Henderson, Deontay Johnson, AJ Brown, Waller, Marvin Jones, Hollywood, CEH, Hunt, OBJ, and Sutton. Any trades I should make? I mean, I actually think your
OBJ.
team's quite good. But yeah, I would agree that Odell could be put on the trading block as well as Marvin Jones.
Mhm.
Uh, and I really like, Jonathan Taylor and Henderson as your RB1 and RB2. So you could consider putting CEH on the block too, and maybe do a package deal and try and get an elite running back on, on that squad as well. Uh,
I would
Fro-
go after the most foolish people in your league and try to train him OBJ.
Steven coming with the smoke. I mean, just
Yeah.
coming for your fools in your league, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could put a pretty good trade out there. I mean, potentially for like a Gibson, right? Maybe one of those lower end running backs who are playing well right now and who I think are going to be consistent on the season. So I think throwing CEH in there it kind of benefits you, but I still like your receiving core. So and let's see. Yeah, you've got Waller. I mean, your team's pretty good, man. I'm surprised you're 1-4. So yeah, I would look to kind of package those guys for an RB1. Unseated, what's going on, man? Lots of new faces out here. Hope you guys consider subscribing tonight, becoming part of the Catch family. But nonetheless, appreciate you guys coming out. And yeah, if you guys haven't already smashed that like button, go ahead and smash it, man. Let's try and get the stream to as many new viewers as possible. All right, unseated. Good RB1 trades recommendations. I have Gaskin, Damian Harris, Woods, Sanders, Beasley, Myers, and Schultz. I'm 4-1. I mean, I
Mm.
think with Gaskin coming off of that big performance, you could potentially package him with maybe a Beasley or a Myers. I would try and hold on to Sanders and Woods personally, but I think Woods is a player coming off of his best game of the season who you could consider trading as well. But once again, I mean, I'm looking at guys like Antonio Gibson, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, kind of these guys who I think are going to be good on the rest of the season, but maybe aren't playing. They're are actually probably playing quite well. Looking at those two guys, right? Kareem Hunt. I mean, I think there's plenty of players, kind of at that have been low end RB2s who are kind of starting to turn into more RB1s that you could trade for.
Hmm. I will say this. Are you concerned at all about Damian Harris? A little shaked up with injury. he's had fumbles this season, and he had that fumble on the 1 yard line. Like, are you a little nervous that Bill Belichick does the classic Bill Belichick and punishes him and just starts taking carries away from him? Because
Yeah, I mean, I talked about this in the waiver
yeah,
wire video. I mean, the injury. I mean, two injuries that he's dealing with right now as well, kind of impact that also. So, is it Ramondre Stevenson time? I don't know.
JJ
We,
Taylor time.
we got to keep an eye on it, but I
Mhm.
still don't trust. I it felt like we were finally getting an RB1 out of Bill Belichick, and now I I don't know.
Yeah,
If Damian Harris is not going to be the guy, then I don't really trust his backfield.
yeah. I just think the bigger sign is, this could be a situation where you maybe trade a guy like Harris because people are
Yeah,
still going to view him as a potential RB1,
sure.
RB2 player. But I mean, if history repeats itself, we know Bill Belichick cuts people for not cuts, but stops giving the snaps to guys that fumble. He does not like it, especially at running back.
Yeah, I agree. I was at a 5% chance to win an Eckler, and Allen saved me. Let's go.
Doesn't
Or saved
surprise
me
me.
too. Yeah, let's go. Jerry, if you had to build a team around either Steven or John, who are you building your team around?
Probably Johnny's got the frame, man. Oh, are we talking actual player?
Thanks, bro. I
Dude, yeah,
appreciate that.
you're like a Quentin Nelson, dude.
I'm not sure if you're asking, would you rather build a team around one of us individually, one of us based on our fantasy views, or if you're asking us what if there's a specific player each of us would build our team around. So let us know, Jared. We'll come back to that. Made for TV underscore. What a catch and score. Yeah, that was wild, bro.
It's a bad boy is bad
Philly
boy.
Mike, don't rip the Phil Rivers jersey flexing. Jerry, John, are you committed to Knox at third? Yes, I'm drafting Dawson Knox at the third overall spot.
I kind of think
Spencer,
we
okay.
should do draft picks. Like I should draft a kicker in the first round. I,
Oh,
I was
Spencer
very
says, I drop kickers out of spite. Most useless position in fantasy. Sorry, Stephen.
Spencer. That hurts my feelings, man. That hurts my feelings. I'm gonna sleep hard tonight. I'm coming for you in the league now.
John, Steven just dropped his first two picks. Need confirmation you ain't taking wide receiver first or second. I'm taking a running back.
Yeah.
Probably in both rounds.
I mean, if you guys looked at what he drafted in our league together, he drafted a
I'm
running back the
drafting
first like 10 rounds.
I'm drafting running backs that will get injured in the season. That's my strategy.
Oh, Lamar.
Ron the Goat. Okay, thanks guys, and don't laugh. But I traded Cup for AJ Brown before week 1. What just happened in the game?
Lamar just like juked out like 40
Oh,
dudes, man.
okay, I'm seeing now. I was just scared it was an interception because I really am barely ahead now in my fantasy game.
He's
Wow,
so exciting, dude. He is so much fun.
he is like the true Madden player.
Yeah. I can't do that in Madden. Like I'm not that good in Madden, dude. And I
No,
played it like way too much.
yeah. Uh, Ron the Goat. It'll be okay, man. I still think AJ Brown will be fine on the second half of the season, so don't sweat too much, bro. Chase Brown, how you feeling about Fant against Raiders? Sucks. Pitts is on bye. I think that's a fine start, man.
Mhm.
I think it's okay start. I
How
wouldn't
hype are
worry too
you
much.
about how hype are you about Pitts though? Coming into
Yeah,
full form.
he is the officially the armpit man.
He
That's
looked he
that's.
looked damn good, yeah.
We need a good nickname for Kyle Pitts.
Man, his armpits are tight end one worthy,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Okay, Philly Mike. I have the sixth pick. Someone throw me an offer. If interested, that's dead middle. Interested in maybe fourth or fifth. Uh, Quentin Nelson quoted Steven. uh, Spencer Stern, King Henry gonna run a train on you,
I
Steven.
don't deny that at all. I don't deny that at all. That is every year I don't draft him, and every year I play against him, and he just absolutely bulldozes me. So he's a scary man, dude. He's a scary man. Imagine like fighting Derrick Henry, like just like coming to a club and being like, "Hey, bro, you spilled a beer on me, man. Like you got it on my new Nike Air Max, bro. Like watch yourself.
I feel like
Like
this is a bad dream Steven had
yeah,
once.
you dirtied my Reeboks." And then this guy just absolutely punches you through a wall, man.
Richard Glass. I wear my Justin Tucker jersey every Ravens game, so don't hate on the kickers.
Wait, that is amazing. That is amazing. I love that.
I like that too. Chase Brown, about damn time. Yeah, it is about damn time for. Hey, that's one call I got right this past week because Kyle Pitts is weak, man. So I did one thing right this year,
You
guys.
kind of nailed your tight ends this week, man.
I nailed it, bro. I'm the tight
You
end guy.
I know
That
you were
means
waiting
this
for
week.
that. You were waiting for the credit right there.
That means this week, bro. And I'll probably get everything wrong. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I did pretty good on the tight ends. I don't even. This is bad. I don't exactly remember my running backs. No, I said James Robinson, which is good. I'll have to go back and watch.
I'll
We
tell
should
you
probably
what.
do like a segment every week, like what we got right, what we got wrong.
Laviska Shenault, we got wrong. That's for
That
sure.
yeah, we got that one.
That
We
is
got
for
that one
sure.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Philly Mike, you're a good liar. John, nice try though. I know you want Adams, and we got beef if you steal him at 3. I don't. Truly, I'm not taking a receiver at 3. I never drafted a receiver in the first round. So John has a chance to have him. Yeah, I do. But let's see. John Gruden to be replaced by Rich Besish. By how do you say his name?
I don't know. But you want to know?
Coach.
You want to know who this helps more than anyone? Ironically, Urban Meyer.
Probably. You're probably right. Yeah.
All the heat's off of Urban Meyer now.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got
Urban leaked the emails.
Yeah, Urban was like, dude, I'm getting way too much heat. I'm taking John Gruden down. Like,
I think he's next.
Yeah.
I think he's next.
Wow, this is a huge story, man. This is nuts. I feel like we haven't broken it down as much as we should. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Lost the chat. All right, any trades I should do? Feels like I finally have a winning team and 10-man half PPR. Rodgers, Scary Terry, Allen, Aaron Jones, Eckler, Swift, Deontay, Goddard, Gronk, Edmonds, Boyd, Madison, and Dylan. I would not. What's your record, bro?
Bro, your team is lethal.
Yeah. I wouldn't do any of those.
Team is lethal, man.
Mr. Matt J. Kim, damn, I just saw the email for the Catch Fan Fantasy League. There's always next year. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, man. I am sorry that we did not get you in there. But next year, man, I'm thinking we might have to do a 20-man league next year.
Yeah.
Like, we might have to go big next year.
I mean, yeah.
Or Steven might have to have a league, and I might have to have a league. We're going to have to figure out something. Sorry, Mr. Matt J. Kim. I feel very bad about that.
Hey, we appreciate you in the chat there here still too. Then we'll think of new shit to do as well.
Of course. Chase Brown, I already know I'm going second pick. Nice. Aaron Reborn. Out of these players, James Robinson, Patterson, Marvin Jones, Allen Robinson, Shepard, Myers, and Boyd. Is there any realistic trade package out of any of these for Eckler? Or would I have to add Kelsey? I think you might have to give up one of those running backs. You might have to give up Robinson or Patterson. And I just don't know if there's enough value at receivers. I think I might agree with Steven.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give up Kelsey to get him. And honestly, at this point with your team, I mean, like, I don't know if I would do that. Like, Eckler's obviously dominant, but I think I'd rather have the consistency, like the flexibility at running back, and then keeping Travis Kelsey. Kind of one of those things where depth kind of overcomes the one guy talent.
Yikes. Yeah. Nate, I lost by 29 points. That's what I was saying next to you. It was processing in my head and it came out. And then I was thinking about I lost by 10 points in my 20-man league and I left 30 points on the bench. I started all the wrong people, which is painful.
We talked about it. It's worse. Sometimes it's worse losing by a little than getting your buns beat. So
there you go. Heard it first here on the catch. Made for TV _ I got Ridley, Mike Williams, Judy, Hollywood, and MT. Grabbed Schultz to go with Pitts a few weeks ago. Not sure if I should do a trade or enjoy my depth. Ridley, Williams, Judy, Hollywood,
Michael Thomas.
I would enjoy the depth personally. Did Lamar throw a pick?
No, it was just a really good hit. We just smacked Hollywood Brown in the face.
Do you see Latavius Murray drop that ball on first down?
Yeah, he looks pretty rough.
Chase leaning Eckler, hoping somehow Henry falls at 2. We'll see.
Hey man, it could happen.
Philly Mike, I'd be content with Harris or Chubb. Spencer Chase make a trade for it because it's not going to happen if I keep one. Ooh. Unsuited. Thoughts on Mixon versus Gibson versus Chubb? Huh. Hmm. I think for some reason on the rest of the season, I'm leaning towards Chubb. Is that crazy?
No, it's not crazy at all. I mean, I think Chubb goes 1, and then I'm kinda leaning Gibson a little bit, but if Mixon wasn't injured at all, I would definitely be slamming Mixon above all 3 of those guys. So I probably go Chubb, Mixon, Gibson.
I think I agree.
Like, what do you think about Gibson this week? Going up against Kansas City, we saw him get, one of his highest totals in terms of touches this week. He had a great game against the Saints, but going up against Kansas City, the game script is gonna be in McKissick's favor, right? So,
Yeah.
do we see him get phased out pretty early, or do you think he hangs in there? I mean, they got their ass beat by the Bills, and he played pretty well because of that one
Oh
play.
gosh. Whoa.
Oh, they're called it dead, I think. Oh, wait, no, they didn't. Keep going.
No.
Keep going, baby. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh
Keep
no.
going.
Dude, that was a lateral
Oh,
from
oh yeah.
Darius Leonard. Oh
Oh
gosh.
yeah.
Good
Dancing on
gosh.
'em. Oh,
Wait, was that an interception or a fumble? I didn't see what actually happened. I need to see this replay. Oh, okay, it was a fumble by Lamar.
let's go,
Wait,
baby.
he's down. He's down.
No,
He's
it was a
down.
fumble. House call, baby. House
Dude,
call.
he's
Yeah.
so down.
Oh, I don't know, baby. I don't know. Review it. Review it.
He's so down, bro. I don't know if he had control of the
Oh,
football
dude.
though.
No. I don't know. They're gonna. What was they called it on the field? Live ball.
Well, they're starting to do that more.
Oh,
So
dog. I don't know. Come on, Colts. Dude, that would win us the game right there.
you think
Yeah, for sure.
that's so close because the
If the Raven
ball's coming out before his knees down.
it squeaked. If the Ravens score here, like,
Dude, that lateral by Leonard was insane.
he's such a badass, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
He is such a beast. This is gonna be a
yeah.
big call. This is a huge call.
I I think he's down.
Oh, jeez.
I think he's down.
Still a lot. They called it on the field. That is. Come on, Colts. Do something for Steven, please.
Philly, Mike Brady versus Philly or Mahomes versus Washington? That's a good question.
That's a good question.
You could
Yeah.
flip a coin and put their face on it if you can find a coin like that. And I think you'll be fine either way. I think
I
that's
lean,
both great matchups.
yeah, I lean Mahomes. So I think
Yeah,
there's a big. Like the Bucks seem to run the ball a little bit more than I thought they would be. Leonard
yeah,
Fournette looks good, bro. Leonard
yeah.
Fournette looks really good this year. So I don't know. I think the Chiefs might be throwing a little bit more.
Let's see here, Mr. Matt J. Kim. Please call it down. I'm hoping so too. I should
Screw
still,
you guys.
I should
Screw
still
you.
win my fantasy matchup regardless. But I don't like how close things are right now. I'm only up by like 5 points. So if Lamar fumbles here and then throws another interception and doesn't do anything the rest of the game, then I could lose. I'm just thinking hypotheticals here. I really don't want to lose this game. I really need this dub.
Yeah, I want you to win it too.
Philly Mike, hoping Kamara is there at 6. He could be. Yeah, I like Kamara on the rest of the season too. I like Zeke right now a lot too, bro.
I like Kamara a lot.
There you have it. Those are 2 guys Steve and I like a
Mhm.
lot right now. That's
Kamara
all
looks
we
really
got for
good.
the night. Okay. Thanks for joining the stream.
You guys can do
that. Let's see. Mr. Matt Chicken, please. Jesus. Chase
that.
Brown should be interesting. Yes, sir. Kamara's going top 5, says Chase. Spencer Kamara at 6 is going to be a stretch.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I would take him.
I
Like
would
at
say
3 or
top
4.
guys after Eckler, Henry, and CMC probably have to be Jones, Zeke, and Kamara.
Where does Cook go?
And where does Cordero, Patterson, and Cheese go?
Cordero
Because
Patterson Cheese, brother.
statistically, he's top 5.
Yeah.
You know, he's probably
Oof.
going to end up going to Steven. That's going to be Steven's pick. Jonathan
Corde
Taylor looks great. Gibson looks
Jonathan
good.
Taylor definitely is now getting in the top 12 for sure. He looks good.
Are we
I
missing anyone?
I think it's gonna be curious to see where Dalvin Cook goes with that injuries, man.
I agree. I'm staying
I
away
think
from
he's
him.
in. Yeah, I think he's in a fall.
Tell you guys that much. I'm staying away from Cook.
Yeah.
If Sammy Watkins scores the next TD, I expect 100 push-ups from Steven.
Good luck, dude.
Yeah. That might have to be over several live streams.
Do I get a cheesecake to end it off?
Yeah, it might be 10 push-ups a stream. I'm trying to see if they made the call.
No, we're still
No,
having to
we're
stare at a
still
ref's face. Dude, this
okay.
is so bad for the league, man. Get the refs out of the game. Get me and you in there. We can make this call.
Well, apparently not, because we both disagree.
Get it in there.
Chase Brown, Colts defense or Cowboys defense next week? What do you think, Steve?
So yeah, both these guys are going to be on my must-start defensive video. It's tough because recency bias. They're looking really good against this Ravens team, and they got the Houston Texans up next. I kind of want to lean the Colts, but Cowboys are feisty, man. Trayvon Diggs and that Cowboys unit, they are really hungry for turnovers. I think we can both agree that Diggs is probably defensive player of the year so far.
Yeah, I like both teams.
Yeah. I will say though, I think the edge is kind of moving towards the Colts with how they're playing right now. And
The call stands, by the way.
yeah, even more solidified now. I think the Colts they're really hitting this stride. And one thing that I can confidently say is the Colts are not going to not show up to a game because they think that their opponent's inferior to them. They're going to be there to play the Texans. And historically, we have smoked the Houston Texans. Like, we have their number. Even if Deshaun Watson was there, like, we have their number. So I think we're going to show up. We're going to be ready to play. And this defensive unit is going to be able to give a lot to it.
I agree. And mainly because I'm starting them next week. So
yeah, it was a good pickup by you, man.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, screw you, man.
Jerry, is Khalif Raymond a good pickup?
No.
I think I'm leaning no as well.
Yeah.
I talked about this a little bit in the waiver wire video. I'm very torn on. Wait, why did the Colts have the ball? Oh, they're saying Darius Leonard was down on the the lateral. Yeah, he was down. That's what they were really reviewing.
Bro, that's so bogus, yo.
Yeah. So now it's up to Carson.
Good thing we have like Carson Wentz, who never gets injured, leading us down the field for a touchdown.
Jerry, I think in full PPR, I'm leaning towards Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yeah, now I'm only winning by 2 points.
Dude, you're gonna be okay.
I'm scared, dude.
You're gonna be okay.
What is going on with Lamar? Fellow Lamar owners, what are we doing right now? And is it safe for me to drop Sam Darnold?
Dude, my question to you, because I saw you and Spencer talking about that, like, if Christian McCaffrey comes back, I think Sam Darnold becomes safer, right? That was his safety blanket. That was one of the reasons why I thought the Cowboys, when they streamed against them, were going to be a good play.
I'm picking up Carson Wentz and Geno Smith. This is my next guy.
I like that. Yeah, I think whenever anything gets difficult, always start Geno Smith.
78-yard touchdown pass to Sammy Watkins. Heard it here first. Catch fam from Philly Mike. Chris Godwin versus Philly or Mike Evans. Ooh,
I like Chris Godwin here.
Steven likes Godwin.
Yeah, I like Godwin here.
Mike Evans coming off a big game.
Yeah, he is. He always plays against really bad teams.
Darius Slay going to be on Chris Godwin or Mike Evans?
I think he's going to be on Mike Evans. To be honest, I think he's going to go up against a more physical player.
I love Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. You know why?
Because they open up the doors for Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders or Myles Gaskin? Yikes.
That's a gross pair. Yeah.
Yikes. I just flip a coin.
I just got into a fight with Ben about Miles Sanders.
Really?
Yeah. I was hating on him. And he was like, dude, he's one of the best. And I was like, I don't know about all that. But
I don't feel much better about Myles Gaskin.
No,
He's just had a big game, too.
Other than trying to trade him at highest he's going to be, I'd be staying away from him.
Yeah. Chase Brown, the upcoming Colts defense schedules Texans, San Francisco with a Potentially injured Garoppolo / Trey Lance,
They're
Titans,
both out.
Jets, and Jaguars. That's scary.
Yeah, they're
That
both
was the
out.
whole reason I picked them up. And really, for me, with the Niners game, it was just probably Trey Lance is playing, probably is open to making at least one mistake, right?
Mhm.
But now it looks even better. So hopefully it works out.
Who is their next up guy?
Is it Nick
What?
Mullins?
Yeah. No, I don't think. I think he's with the Eagles now.
I like Nick Mullins.
Let's figure this out.
Mr. Matt J. Kim. I got Lamar and Sam Darnold as my safety blanket. That's where I'm at too, but maybe not
Wait,
anymore.
they don't have another quarterback on their team?
Ron the Goat. I have Darnold and Cousins. I like that combo. Jerry Lamar is giving me one game over 20 points. Yep, I'm with you there, my guy.
Do you trade Lamar? I think we just talked about this last night, but after seeing this game too, do you try to take advantage of his name?
Trade
Also in the red
Lamar.
zone. Yeah, I mean, like, what are you holding on for him for? Like, that's kind of my question. Like, wow. JT owners, welcome back to a happy
called this
fantasy
too.
life. Yeah,
called
welcome back to a happy life. He is just Mr. Back half of season. That's Jonathan Taylor.
It's a good call by you. You did a good job, Stephen. We're proud of you here.
Thanks, man.
Philly Mike, Stephen, you said Carson Wentz never gets injured. You realize I'm a long life Philly fan, right? Stephen, I think was being sarcastic.
Yeah. I'm so mad. I don't know how the hell you guys fleeced us in that trade offer and got a first round pick for Carson Wentz. I hate you guys. The Eagles, as an Eagles fan, it's funny to look at the parallel between the Colts and the Eagles. We go back like so long. Our teams are so intertwined together through staff and personnel and now trades. So oh, wow. Nice pick.
Oh, it's 2-point attempt.
Yeah.
Oh, he can't stay on his feet. Yeah, he's mad too.
But yeah, man, good job with that trade. You guys really got the better half out of that.
Made for TV, aka Ian Rappaport of the Catch family, says Nate Sudfeld for the Niners.
Wow, nice.
He's a pretty good backup, right?
He was the guy who got put in that conspiracy with Jalen Hurts. Remember that game? I'm pretty sure the Eagles plugged him in when they benched Jalen Hurts to kind of forfeit the game for the higher draft pick or whatever. Yeah. Also, I really love how we're both right now playing with our goatee here, except
I actually have a beard.
Yeah.
Ron the Goat. Gaskin doesn't suck. The Dolphins suck. I don't disagree with that. Like I've actually liked Myles Gaskin, but the way he's been utilized, I've not liked him. So I don't disagree with that.
Dude, there's some defenders of Gaskin. I feel like we've taken shots at him over the year, and people have come out in defense of this guy.
I mean, I don't think he's a bad back. I don't think he's utilized well, though.
No, yeah.
Same with Tua. I don't think Tua is a bad quarterback. I think he's
either with Waddle, man. Like, utilize this guy, dude. He's one of the best.
I can't believe that stat line against Tampa Bay. 5 points.
He dropped it. He dropped a touchdown because the pass was like behind his head.
By the way, our ESPN league, we lost.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. We're like 3-2 or 2-3 now.
Jeez.
Yeah. I put in Waddle at the flex with Cook injured, and if we had started Sanders in the flex, we would have won.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But also Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes could have won the game for us and played bad. Jerry, you never know with Lamar. He had that crazy game that 1 week. Yeah, I mean his ceiling is just it's out there. That's why he's hard to bench. Spencer Wentz is the only guy that can sprain 2 ankles in one play. Yeah, and maybe the only player he could play a week after.
Yes,
and maybe the only player who could get foot surgery and then play like the day after or whatever. You know,
he's an interesting guy.
He's a tough quarterback. I'll give him that. He's except the year they won the Super Bowl. He's willing to be out there no matter what. Philly, John looks like he's tasting the green with some glossy eyes. My eyes are always glossy. Yeah, no tasting the green for me, but it might be this light next to me too. Ron the Goat. I love the Gas Man. Wish they'd utilize him. Or I'm assuming that. Oh, I guess Gas Man's that's a good
Yeah.
nickname for Gaskin. I like that. Wish they'd utilize him right, like you said.
Mhm.
I don't know about this Dolphins team overall, man. I
Man, we
don't.
thought they were gonna be good too.
I did.
Yeah, you were you were, like, literally basically becoming a full-on Dolphins fan
Yeah,
this preseason.
I was. Tua time. I mean, Tua's back, bro. They might have a shot now. Gaskin
Yeah.
might get better with Tua coming back.
I mean, they had success. I mean, even though they got their ass beat against the Bucks, they had success, utilizing Gaskin in the pass game, which Gaskin's always been a really good pass catching running back. So let's just stop thinking Malcolm Brown's a thing. Let's just get him out. Like
Yeah.
utilize Gaskin because he's really good. He's your better back. I mean, they just need to use their playmakers.
Jerry, every time Stephen is on the stream, he's in a new room.
I
Stephen
love,
is a man of many rooms.
yes, that's my go-to.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The Colts are winning.
Yeah,
Mark Andrews having a good game, man.
man, yeah. He's been like, I mean, he hasn't been terrible. He's just been like not the guy that he was where he was catching touchdowns every week, but he's been like getting around 10 points a week. So I'm pretty hype about it.
Dude, I'm only up by 2 points.
Bro, how did that not just win it for you right there?
We don't get a lot of points per pass in our league.
All right, well there he goes.
Yeah, I just need him to
Oh, wow. See, that's the one thing the Colts do better than I think any team is we tackle really well. I mean, if you get hit by a Colt, you got 2 or 3 other Colts coming right behind him.
Yeah, Mark Andrews got about 10 points in our league. It's the second best game of the year so far. You were really high on him going into the season as well.
I was. I really banged the drum for that guy.
Man, your team did pretty well this week.
They did well, but
Hope
we're
we
gonna
lose.
we're gonna be struggling the next 2 weeks.
Hope we
So,
lose somehow.
well, I mean, literally, I might go 0-2 the next 2 weeks. I've got a lot to managing is gonna be like super important.
Dude, Dusty lost, so that's another 3-2 team. We're gonna have a
Oh,
lot of teams with 2
Dusty
losses.
lost. I play
Yeah.
him this week, and that's gonna be a massive matchup.
And your mom beating Patrick was huge.
She
'cause
set the
now
record for
there's
points in a season.
there's no undefeated teams now. Gosh, Chandler just can't get a break, man.
Yeah, I feel terrible for him. His team's actually like, it's not terrible. Oh, I don't know.
William losing was really big for me.
Oh,
Wow, hope you guys
there,
started Hollywood Brown.
there you go, John.
Yeah, okay, that should do it for me. Your mom coming out of nowhere because I rock.
Yeah,
You had a great week, Jane. You deserve
she,
it.
she was hype. It was because I mean, dude, like
I've said it all season. I like her team.
Yeah, but I mean, we were saying about how Mike Williams and Justin Herbert both had a rough matchup, and they went out there and just shredded the Cleveland Browns. So those guys are obviously at the peak of their powers right now.
I mean, Pitts, Herbert, Williams, already said CM. Jeez.
Yeah, they're killing it.
Henry. Yikes. Yikes. All right, let's see here. Thank you, guys. You're welcome, Jay. Let's see. Pick and Rick. Should I pick up Devontae Booker or Tyson Williams? I drop Latavius Murray over Gaskin probably. I would roll with dropping Tyson Williams, as apparently he might get traded. Yeah, that'd be my pick there. All right, let's see here.
I see C-Crip came in here, and I love that question because I think that answer is pretty easy. Pittman versus Houston's really attractive to me for C-Crip.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Good to see you, C-Crip.
Yeah, that's an awesome matchup, dude. I would definitely be throwing that in there. Obviously, Schultz is a stud, but Michael Pittman is like the number one read on this offense. And if you've been watching this Ravens Colts game at all, this guy can do a lot with his touches. He's a hell of a player. So I definitely like that matchup.
Man, Lamar's like giving up his entire body. Didn't get the 2-pointer.
You know, I'm actually kind of concerned that Lamar is going to get hurt this year.
He's
Uh,
like he is the. I mean, he's always been the offense.
this year more than ever.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pick and Rick. Meaning I have Latavius Murray. Should I drop for Tyson Williams or Devontae Booker? Nah, I wouldn't mind dropping for Devontae Booker, but it's a tough call. It's a tough call.
I just saw Spencer's comment, and y'all don't have cheese.
Yeah. Shout out to the Chiefs fan.
I love cheese.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, Steven, how can you say something like that? Which part? For the draft, you should live stream and draft for reactions.
That would
I
be
will
fun.
be live streaming it, so I think we both will be. So,
Mhm.
all right, Steven, are you rocking?
Yeah, I'm gonna rock, but we'll have the defense video out for you guys tomorrow. So make sure you guys check that out. I can say that you guys already touched on a couple of those defenses, so we'll break those down even more. Um, but yeah, so definitely take a look at that. And I see Jerry's comment that Lamar getting injured. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I certainly hope he doesn't. It just
Shame on
worries.
you, Steven.
Yeah, I know, right? Screw Steven, dude. This guy sucks, bro. But no, honestly, like I love Lamar. Yeah, he's one of my favorite players in football. Um, it's just like I hate when offenses just utilize their quarterbacks where they just like throw them to the dust like every single play. Um, especially a guy like Lamar. I mean, he is a quarterback still, right? I don't want him getting smashed by linebackers every play, but
Sure.
hell yeah, you know, let's go Colts. That's me signing off, but yeah, guys, take a look at that video tomorrow, and I hope you all have a good night. And we got our fantasy drafts coming up here soon, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, Steven. Thanks, man.
All right, peace out, guys.
Peace, homie. All right. It's now just me. Spencer's turn. I won't be living here in a few years, finishing up school, and I'm going to go to either Arizona or Texas. I like that. Drew Turlton, Chubb, Thielen for Kelsey, and Javonte Williams. PPR, good trade. It just depends on if you're hurting enough at the tight end position. And even if you're not, I mean, I don't mind having Kelsey on her roster regardless, right? It's a tough call as I don't think I still like Javonte Williams, man. I believe in him on the season and all that, but I'm just not entirely sure when we're going to see him really break out and emerge as the RB1. So you're losing some value, of course, at the RB position if you do, trade away Nick Chubb. But overall, I don't think it's the worst trade because they're getting the best tight end in all football. So I don't mind the trade, but I would probably want to see the rest of your roster before I fully advised on it, Drew. Justin White, half PPR. My QB went down, which is Russell Wilson. So should I trade away Dalvin Cook for Sam Darnold, Tyler Lockett, Zach Moss? I would still have Najee Harris and DeAndre Swift at RB1 and RB2. Please help me. So you're trading away Dalvin Cook for Sam Darnold, Tyler Lockett, and Zach Moss. I don't mind that overall. Yeah. I mean, Dalvin Cook's dealing with a lot of injuries. I mean, I don't know how high of a ceiling you're going to get out of Sam Darnold on a weekly basis, but I still think he's going to be someone you can start consistently. I just don't know to what degree, right? Coming off a bad game, right? But I think obviously if you need a run or a QB that bad, then I don't think it's a bad trade overall. So you're still going to have Najee Harris and DeAndre Swift. I mean, I like Zach Moss quite a bit. You get a good receiver out of it. Tyler Lockett, although some of his value goes down, Russell Wilson being out, and you get a QB1. So I don't mind that, man. I don't think it's a bad trade. Yeah, I mean, I really believe in Zach Moss in the long term on the season, and I think when Russ is back, that Tyler Lockett's going to continue to, beat the Tyler Lockett that we know, and he's still going to see some targets overall while Russell is out. So yeah, to answer your question, I don't think it's a bad trade if you need a QB that desperately. Let's see here. Mr. Sarcastic. Raiders without Gruden fantasy wise. It's trending down. We'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be. It's definitely gonna affect things, but we'll see. John, trade me for 3 for 6 and you're 12. Never mind. I'm content. Okay. Mr. Sarcastic. Moss isn't a glorified stud and lock it without Wilson. And why not just stream quarterbacks until Wilson comes back? You could do that as well. I guess it would just depend on what quarterbacks are out there. Wow. Who is number 20? Is that Marlon Mack? Wow, Marlon Mack is playing. Let's go. Marquise, any idea of what your pick is at 3? Running back. I'm not sure exactly who. It's going to depend on who gets taken the first 2 picks. But yeah, definitely a running back, Marquise. Philly Mike, Justin Herbert or Tom Brady, and Leonard Fournette or Damon Williams. Ooh. Man, the way Herbert's playing, it's hard to bet against him. But I think Tom Brady's got a very good matchup versus Philly. So I don't mind that matchup at all. And then Fournette versus Williams, a good question. Fournette's been playing pretty good ball. I think I'd honestly roll with Fournette as well. Marquise just asking. I truly don't know, guys. I really haven't thought about it that much. I don't know if it's gonna be Christian McCaffrey. I like Kamara. I like Ezekiel Elliott. So I'm really not sure, to be completely honest with you guys. But probably one of those 1-3 guys, depending on who's sitting there. I mean, I do really like the way Ezekiel Elliott's been playing and the Cowboys have been playing, but I guess it kind of scares me that Tony Pollard has been getting quite a few touches as well. So I'm a little worried about Christian McCaffrey on the season in terms of injury. So it's hard to say. I'm definitely going to have to put more thought into it over the next night or two. Well, I guess that's all we have is a night or two, right? But we'll see, Marquise. Let's see here. Ron the Goat started Jonathan Taylor. Oop, lost the chat. Let's see. Ron the Goat started Jonathan Taylor and Hollywood. This is beautiful. Let's go, baby. Catching dubs out here, Ron the Goat. Let's see here. Ron the Goat still gonna lose because oh no. AJ Brown and Darnold dropped duds. Yikes. You still got some time. We'll see what happens, man. Although Marlon Mack's out or is playing apparently, so we'll see. Berkey, would you trade Josh Jacobs and Pittman for Aaron Jones? I don't mind that trade. If you want the upgrade at the running back position, then yeah, I don't mind that trade, Berkey. Secret, hey, sorry again. Just wondering, my RB2 is kind of weak for next week. I have Damian Harris. I have my first claim on Tony, but do you think I should get Booker or Williams instead? If you're hurting that badly at RB2, then yeah, I do think you should reconsider. And I like Tony quite a bit, but I on the season and in your given circumstance, I think it might be a little bit more beneficial to go after one of those 2 running backs. Philly Mike John is taking CMC, whose hamstring is going to act up again. Yeah, I hope it doesn't, considering that I already own him in my Toe Man League. He needs that injured running back. Yeah, I mean, all my running backs are injured right now, so I'm used to it. Ron the Goat. Hell yeah, Berkey. Yeah, I don't mind that trade, man. Let's see here. Justin White. I do have Trey Lance on my bench, so should I just wing it with him versus the trade I mentioned? It's a good question. Yeah, I mean, I think Wentz can play okay. I mean, I think you're getting pretty good value for Dalvin Cook, but it's hard to say. I mean, I think Carson Wentz and other quarterbacks can potentially stream can prevent you from giving up Dalvin Cook. Yeah, I think Carson Wentz can still win you some games, but it's hard to call there. And I don't know why I just said Carson Wentz when you said Trey Lance. I don't know if Trey Lance is going to be healthy. I don't know where I got Carson Wentz. Probably from me looking over at the screen. I'm sorry, watching the game. But yeah, um, if it's Trey Lance, I mean, I don't know if he's going to be healthy. So I think that does impact you in the way that you might have to consider the trade overall. And I think you're getting pretty good value for Dalvin Cook, if you're asking me. Michael Chapp, what's going on, brother? Traded for Hollywood last week. Let's go. He's balling out, man. He's having a great season. I feel like Mike John's line. He's put enough thought already. Catch fam. He wants CMC. If I had a sure pick, I'd probably just tell you guys. Let's see. Jerry, is Carson coming back this week? That's a good question. I was looking into that. Um, and it's undetermined right now, which is not helpful. But Alex Collins got pretty good volume last week. So it's tough to say, man. I mean, if Alex Collins still floating out around there, he might be worth taking a look at. Didn't get in the end zone, so stat line didn't turn out great. But yeah, we haven't got any sure word. I mean, I did look into today and didn't get much out of it. So it's hard to say, man. I certainly hope that for those of you who own Chris Carson, that he comes back. But nonetheless, it's hard to say. I mean, it's a neck injury. Neck injuries can be not good. Aaron Reborn, so on sleeper during draft, is the next best option always at the top, like what they recommend? I'm not sure. This would actually be my first full draft through the sleeper app. So we'll kind of figure it out together, guys. Unfortunately, I don't know. Real Goaded, hey Catch, I'm winning by 0.5. He has nobody. I have Lamar. I hope he doesn't throw a pick or a fumble. Man, I hope you win your matchup. I think it'll be good. Lamar just got me my dub, man. It's good to see you, by the way, Rio Goaded. But yeah, I think he'll be all right. I think he will be. Jerry, I'm thinking of dropping Collins for Booker. I don't mind that move either. I don't. I feel like Booker is a lock on a more consecutive basis than Collins is going to be. So I don't mind that at all, man. Chase Brown, thoughts on Boyd next week and rest of season? That's a good question, man. I mean, I like this Bengals offense. They're playing quite well. I truly, truly do. So looking at him on the rest of the season, I mean, how did Higgins finish versus Green Bay? That's kind of one thing I need to double check here. Yeah, gosh, he played well. I think Boyd is the slot guy. He's the third receiver on the team. But, I mean, overall, I still like him because Cincinnati's going to have these days where they put up really a lot of big numbers. Right? They got Detroit, Baltimore, and the Jets, and then Cleveland coming up. And then after the bye week, Las Vegas. So they've got good matchups coming up, man. It's just that he's a low floor, high ceiling type of guy. So it's hard to say. But I would hold on to Boyd. I don't think he's worth dropping or anything like that. Mark Andrews making a tough catch when I looked over. All right, let's see. Marquise, I was wondering the same thing. Chase Brown, I don't know if I'll ever play him with Keenan Allen and Deontay as my wide receivers. That's fair enough, and that's kind of the thing. I mean, he's really best in the flex position with that high ceiling, kind of low floor type play. And yeah, I mean, I would certainly start Allen and Deontay over him, and some of these injuries have definitely benefited him as a whole. So yeah, I think I would probably personally, I mean, you could consider trading him, but he's not in terms of depth, right? He's good to have on your roster for sure. Greg, should I drop Ayuk for a guy like Tony? I would personally, yeah. I don't mind that move at all. I think Steve and I are both relatively disappointed with uh, the way that Ayuk has kind of rolled out on the season. So, yeah, I don't mind that move. Philly Mike, I'm having a hard time deciding Myers, Jones Jr., or Tyler Boyd. I would take a gamble on Myers or Boyd. I would probably leave Jones Jr. out the way the Jags have been playing in terms of inconsistency. So I would take a chance on both of those guys. Chosen Rose, what's a good waiver wire pickup? I did drop the my waiver wire video today, so there's a lot of good running backs right now, man. Tony's probably the top receiver, right? There's some good tight ends like Hunter Henry out there. There's still a couple quarterbacks looming around. Matt Ryan, once he comes back from this bye week, maybe having another couple good games, but a lot of good RBs. I mean, AJ Dillon, Booker, potentially David Johnson. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there right now. Giovanni Bernard is kind of sneaky right now. So I will go check out the waiver wire video for the week where I did a pretty deep breakdown overall. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of good running backs this week. I mean, Alex Collins might still be floating around, right? Daryl Williams might be floating around, or he probably should be at least. So there's definitely a lot of good running backs. But go check out the video when you have time. Chosen Rose, I did a pretty deep breakdown overall. Philly Mike says Harris tied in for the Cardinals with Max Williams out for season. That's a good shout out too, man. I like that. Um, let's see here. Chase Brown trying to trade him to the AJ Brown owner. He's 0-5 right now. I don't mind that. Yeah, go get some value for your roster, man. I don't mind that at all. Philly Mike, how do you earn a Blue Ranch support, or is it personal friends? I'm just curious. No need to answer. It's just modulators for the chat, especially after some of the things last night. So at the beginning of the stream. So yeah, that's all it is. Touchdown to Mark Andrews. Hey, Ravens are right back in this game, I guess. The 2-point conversion earlier would have helped quite a bit. Holding on the defense. Okay, I thought they were going to call that holding on the offense. And I was like, oh, yikes. Hey, I guess Ravens are still in this game, man. Good score there for, Jackson and Andrews, man. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, Lamar Jackson putting up a pretty good stat line. Right, Jerry? And the rest of you, Lamar knows. Yeah, let's go, Jerry. And now I see you. Man, tough matchup for Lamar versus the Chargers next week. But the way the Chargers played this last week might be another good matchup. So let's go. I'm winning by like 16 points now. Yeah, Mark Andrews having a big game. Who Steven owns. So now Steve and I both look we're doing all right. Wow. I'm interested to see if this game can stay competitive. I surely hope it does. Marky Mark, what's going on, brother? Colts had that TD on that fumble by Lamar. Yeah. And I don't know if, I mean, couldn't you argue that Lamar was down? I don't know, man. I thought he was down. It's a good point, though, Marky Mark. I mean, it was very close with Darius Leonard being down, and very close with Lamar potentially being down. So it's an interesting call, but they kind of met halfway. It felt like they gave the ball to the Colts and they took the score away from the Colts. So I don't necessarily disagree with you. It was a close call overall. A lot of things happening. Philly Mike, Cortland Sutton versus Las Vegas, or Pittman versus Houston? It's a good question. I think I'd roll Pittman versus Houston, especially after the way he's played tonight. Yeah, I think I'd roll Pittman hands down versus Houston. Let's see here. Mark says nope. Yeah, it was a weird play, but overall, I mean, I'm glad that the Colts got something out of it. Kind of low key rooting for the Colts as the underdog tonight. Spencer's turn. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of interest in the number one pick. I better not be getting any offers for Henry throughout the season. Fair enough. Let's see here. Philly Mike, Seals Jones versus Kansas City, or Njoku versus Arizona. I'd roll with Seals Jones. I mean, Kansas City's just been playing awful in the secondary. And Spencer's saying Seals Jones, Washington will be forced to pass. And yeah, I agree with that. But also, I, overall, I do feel Njoku. I'm a little skeptical overall of Njoku. I'll put it that way. K9 RAP, I lost. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Sorry to hear it, K9. But plenty plenty of weeks left, guys. Still technically pretty early in the season, so plenty of time left. All right, let's see here. Marky Mark, so CMC is your pick. We'll see. Let's see here. Philly Mike, Javonte Williams, or Melvin Gordon the third. Who do they play again this week? Why am I blanking on who they play? Man, I've got Williams. I feel like Williams has the upside right now. He had a pretty good game last week versus Pittsburgh too, and they play the Raiders. I feel like I'm inclined to lean towards Javonte Williams, man. All right, let's see here. Jerry, this is the random big game that Lamar has. Yeah, I know, right? Jerry, why we keep him on our teams? Absolutely. That's the ceiling that we're looking for on a weekly basis. Spencer and Mark really go for that intro. I'm gonna keep asking until Wednesday. I mean, yeah, I really, I don't know who it's gonna be. Maybe I'll just pick Dawson Knox. Surprise you guys. All right, let's see here. Man, Colts gotta keep this ball and get a first down. TJ Hawkinson versus Cincinnati, or Seals Jones versus Kansas City. Cincinnati's playing pretty good football defensively. I think I'd still take a gamble on Seals Jones, man. Ron the Goat, Lamar and Mark tearing me up. Yikes. Yeah, Colts need this win too. All right, Jonathan Taylor gets the first down and more. Oh, gosh. Wow, Jonathan Taylor's playing good football tonight, man. Jeez. Does this mean the Colts are better than the Broncos? That's a tough call. I mean, the game still isn't over, but Broncos did not look too good last week. I still believe in that Broncos defense, though. Jonathan Taylor has 12 touches, 161 scrimmage yards, and 2 touchdowns tonight, a receiving and a rushing touchdown. Let's go. Feeling Mike Carson Wentz versus Houston, or Heineke versus Kansas City. I feel like I'm leaning Carson Wentz on that one. Ooh, who just got violently sacked. Jeez. Penalty on the penalty down. See what they call here. I think that if that stands, it's Justin Houston's 100th sack in his career. Oh, Justin Houston's pissed. Should have been his 100th sack on his career. Oh, John Harbaugh's pissed too. A horse collar tackle. So it won't be Justin Houston's 100th sack. Let's rewatch it. I guess I can kind of see that. Although he came back around and tackled him. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I can see why they called that. Spencer says go Heineke. I don't mind that move either, honestly. Kansas City's playing so poorly in the secondary. Gosh, Jonathan Taylor looks good. Philly Mike, Devontae Adams versus Bears, or Justin Jefferson versus Cincy? That's a good question. I think right now I'm sticking with Devontae Adams, man. But don't get me wrong, Justin Jefferson looks pretty elite as well. Spencer says Adams, Hawk over Seals. I don't mind that call. Jerry, I just got offered an awful trade for Schultz, Robbie Anderson, and Trey Sermon. Yeah, I think I would be inclined to hold on to Schultz. That is not roughing the passer. Yeah, it was a horse collar apparently. But yeah, I thought it was roughing the passer at first. I couldn't tell what they were trying to call. 3rd and 1. I mean, they're in field goal range, so this is still a winnable game if the Ravens can hold them, right? But not very good. Philly Mike, Jared Goff versus Cincinnati or Jalen Hurts? Yeah, Jalen Hurts versus Tampa Bay has been god awful in the secondary. Yeah, Jalen Hurts all day. Let's see here. Everyone's saying Hurts. Yeah, I think Hurts gonna have a big game, man. All right, so I got a dub this week. I'm very happy, and I got a good shot to get another dub next week. And I'm doing very bad in this league, so I truly need it. All right, next week. Oh yeah, I got a good shot at winning next week. My opponent's got a couple injuries and bye weeks. Man, he's got Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott, though. All right, 3rd and 1 for the Colts. This is a huge play for the Ravens. If they can hold them to a field goal. Oh, wow. I think Jonathan Taylor got it. It's going to depend on the spot, but I think he got it. Jerry, I'm going to offer Carson and Schultz for Taylor. Let's see if he takes it. I don't think that's a bad move, man. I don't think it's a bad move at all. Philly Mike, Aaron Rodgers versus Chicago or Burrows versus Detroit. I'd roll with Aaron Rodgers, but I like both plays. Chicago D seems for real. I don't disagree, but I don't want to bet against Aaron Rodgers, man. Chase Brown, my 2 leagues are now 1 and 4 and 2 and 3, both winning. Let's go. I like to hear it, man. Catch fam catching dubs. Yeah, I'm starting to become a little bit more confident in my 12-man league overall with my team. I think a couple of waivers could help me out quite a bit as well. Let's see. I've got a waiver in for Booker, for Williams, and for AJ Dillon. I had one in for Giovanni Bernard as well, but I actually kind of want to take a gamble, or maybe take a gamble uh, on keeping Alex Collins, who I was going to potentially drop for it. How do you guys feel about Kadarius Toney? Because I don't have a waiver in for him right now, and just don't know how crazy I feel about that move. Man, Hunter Henry's got Dallas, the Jets, and the Chargers coming up. Those matchups are beautiful. That's a bad man, Donald said again. That's a bad man. The Stephen A. Smith voice. Yeah, absolutely. Spencer, me and Steven dictate how this draft is going to go with our double picks. We have the power. Yeah, essentially. Essentially, you do. The snake eye picks can really hurt other teams in the long run, man. Looking through my waivers, making sure there's no one else I potentially want to look at. I mean, I got a whole other night to look at this, but I feel pretty good about where I'm at. Man, Terrace Marshall Jr. still hasn't had the breakout game. At this point, I don't know if he's going to. Man, Chris Conley. How do you guys feel about Sony Michel overall as a handcuff? Spencer, the first and last picks can force picks out of other people. Can't wait. Yeah, it's always good to have those double picks, man. And like, it's also just throughout the draft, it's so much more convenient because you can just plan 2 picks at a time as opposed to 1 at a time. Philly Mike, Justin Herbert versus Arizona or Matthew Stafford versus the Giants. I think I like both of them, but the way Justin Herbert and the Chargers are playing, man, I think I'd roll with Justin Herbert. Spencer agrees. Marky Mark sounds good. Spencer Stern, give me all the pieces of this game. Chargers, Arizona, going to be a shootout. Yeah, it's definitely a game we want to exploit from like all angles. I agree. Okay, so the Ravens hold the Colts to 3 here. Makes it a 2-point game, if I'm doing math correctly. So yeah. The Ravens are technically in this game with only one timeout. Yikes. Justin Herbert versus Arizona or Aaron Rodgers versus Chicago. I think I would roll with Justin Herbert. Chase Brown, I'm going to be disappointed if Keenan Allen doesn't have a big game. I think he will, man. Did the Ravens just block that? I looked away and then I looked back. Wow, Calais Campbell blocked it. Yeah, Ravens are still in this game. TKS, you know me, John. My apologies for spam. You're good, bro. Let's see here. Keenan Allen hasn't played at his ceiling once this year. The time will come. I agree with that statement. Absolutely. 100% agree, Spencer. Let's see. Lamar, wobbly pass, incomplete. I thought that was going to get intercepted. Ravens got to score, man. They got to stay in this game. Calais Campbell is very hype. All right, let's go Ravens. Allen Robinson versus Green Bay, Robert Woods versus the Giants. I think I'd roll with Robert Woods personally. I like his upside coming off of one of, or his best game of the whole year. All right, Ravens finds Lamar finds Hollywood Brown. Second down. Takes about 6 Colts to bring them down. 1st and 10 for the Ravens. This is one of those situations where they're probably regretting going for 2. They had that one more point, this game would be much closer. Ravens hanging in there. Spencer, give me Woods. At least he has a quarterback. Fair enough. Yeah, it's a good point too. Actually, I mean, I'd pick Matt Stafford over a Matt Stafford led offense over a Mike Glennon led offense any day. So I think I agree with you, Spence. Marky Mark, all of Lamar. Philly Mike, Justin Fields versus Green Bay, or Jones versus Dallas. Marky Mark, all of Lamar's passes are wobbly. Oh, Lamar doing Lamar things. Jeez. Gosh, he's so fast. Jeez. I don't know, Philly Mike. That's a tough one. I don't know if I feel great about Justin Fields, though, so probably not him. Spencer, the Bears are a shit show right now, and I love it. Matt Nagy has a lot of fans in Wisconsin. Oh, nice. Jerry Lamar is about to score again. We'll see. I think the Ravens probably will. Yeah, the Colts took a timeout and switching up things defensively because the Ravens were just running all over them. I mean, not just running, but completing passes. I mean, they're just moving the ball on them easily. We'll see what happens here. Aaron Rodgers is going to throw for 300 plus yards. He might. He needs one of those kind of big games. Like just statistically going crazy. Lamar dropping back, 2nd and 10, and finds his man, Hollywood Brown. Stays on his feet, breaks tackle. Yeah, Ravens right in position to score. Good play, gain of 20. Colts might be breaking. Let's see here. Getting exciting, guys. First and 10. Lamar finds his man. Tyson Williams. There's that guy. Second down. The Colts look gassed, man. We'll see what happens. 2-minute warning. Tyson Williams coming out of the game. Let's see what happens, baby. I wish Steven was here to see Lamar going off. I did too. And more importantly, the Colts losing. Well, potentially losing. So I'm with you, Jerry. All right, we'll see what happens when we come back from the 2-minute warning. Should be interesting. I'm glad this game turned competitive. Man, if the Colts lose this game, that's not good. That's not good at all. Spencer, I don't think he gets 4 TDs, but I think he gets the 300 yards. Fair enough. Fair enough. Pretty good game last week. A weird game, too. All right, let's see here. Aaron Jones getting 2 touchdowns. Worst division. I could see Aaron Jones getting 2 touchdowns. Yeah. I hope so. I need him to do a little bit better in my 20-man league. Philly Mike, worst division, AFC South or NFC East? I feel like it's the AFC South right now. At least the NFC East, like, might suck, but the teams always seem to stay competitive to some degree. So I feel inclined to say that the AFC South has been playing worse. But it's hard to say. I mean, NFC least is what I always call them. Marky Mark and Spencer say the AFC South. Cowboys will kill those teams. Yeah, I agree with that point. That's a great point. I mean, the top of the NFC East versus the top of the AFC South is a giant, giant gap. Simon E., should I do Kelsey and either Moore, Jefferson, Ridley, or Diggs for CMC? Simon, are you receiving CMC? Because as much as I like Christian McCaffrey, that's a lot to give up for CMC. Not Diggs, Debo, I mean. I'd want to see the rest of your roster, Simon. But that's, as much as I like Christian McCaffrey, that's a lot to give up. So let me know the rest of your roster, Simon. Lamar doing Lamar things and fumbles. Wow. Whoa. Wow. Do the Ravens have the football? Wow. Man, Lamar's got to stop putting himself out there like that, bro. Great play by Darius Leonard, but I guess the Ravens got the ball back. Handing it off to Devonta Freeman and not actually handing it off. Lamar keeps it. Tackled immediately. This is getting dramatic. Spencer, I'd probably do a deal like that for Henry. I don't disagree with that. It's a tough call. It's a lot to give up. Philly, Mike, Dallas, Philly would beat Houston, Indy, and Jacksonville. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, come on, Lamar. The Ravens got to win this game, man. Like they're in the position, man. And touchdown. That's touchdown to Mark Andrews. There it is. Found his guy. Huge game out of Mark Andrews tonight, guys. Huge game. Now they got to get this 2-pointer. Yikes. So if they had got the 2-pointer earlier, they would be winning right now, right? I mean, after assuming that they make the field goal with Justin Tucker, right? So that's things I always think about, man. All right. Let's see who wins this game. Colts have looked okay. And Mark Andrews again. Wow. Tied ball game. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Holy cow. Wow. Mark Andrews is balling, bro. Got like 34 points and half PPR. Holy cow, man. Jeez. All right. Marky Mark, I really like Debo. I do too. It's a lot to give up for CMC as much as I like Christian McCaffrey, man. Jerry, I'm trading Andrews for a wide receiver one. You might be able to after this. He's all about 40 points. There's still overtime. If he gets another score in overtime, assuming that just makes it to overtime with 39 seconds left, he could have 40 points tonight, which is crazy. Spencer Stern, Justin Jefferson is better than Debo, or Miles better than Debo. I agree with that. Philly Mike can't decide between Evans and Chase on flex. I would roll with Jamar Chase as consistent as he's been. Love Mike Evans. It's a good matchup versus Philly, but much more consistency out of Jamar Chase. Man, this is a good football game, guys. It's a good football game. Yeah, Lamar Jackson just under 400 passing yards. His most passing yards of all time, 3 touchdowns, only 50 rushing yards, 2 fumbles, right? Philly Mike, I'm winning $400 on DKS. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Catch fam, catching dubs. Carson Wentz with an absolute bomb, though. And they got 2 timeouts, and he got right out of bounds. Wow. Paris Campbell having a pretty good game. 4 receptions, 56 receiving yards. Can Carson Wentz lead the Colts to a victory? We shall see. Oh, the Ravens need the sack. Can they get him? Incomplete pass. Incomplete pass. The sack would have been huge. Jerry, I got 30 pieces from Lamar, Andrews, and Henry. Feels good. Oh, yeah, I'm sure it does, man. Yikes. It's a lot of points. Good play by Carson there to make it an incomplete pass. Rodrigo warming up the leg. Colts got to get some yardage here. Ravens bringing that heat. Carson slinging it out of bounds. John, did you say you were covering them 100 push-ups and Ravens kicked the game-winning field goal? I did not. Spencer, I got a nice 0.9 from Saquon and 6.06 from Darnold. Yikes. Yikes. It'll be okay, Spence. Man, I thought Carson was about to throw like a 50-yard touchdown in this game. All right, let's see, boys. 2nd and 20 for the Colts. Wait, why is it 2nd and 20? I missed something? Anyways, little screen pass. Just trying to get some yardage. Timeout. And a flag. Uh-oh. Bad play. Bad play if that's on the defense, man. Richard Glass, I got Taylor, Andrews, and Lamar all playing in my important leagues. Let's go, Richard Glass. Big points. Big points. Getting dubs tonight, baby. Spencer Stern, Darnold's nickname going to be Dookie for me from now on. Severely let me down. Yeah, I almost started him over Lamar, and if I had, I would have lost by less than a point. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a penalty on Young all day long. That's a costly mistake, potentially. Wow. Wow. I mean, Doyle hit him first, but they always get the second guy. Oh, Doyle did a good job of acting that out, man. Definitely, I mean, Doyle will get fined by that. He has to get fined for that, I should say. Philly Mike, I started Derek Carr versus Chicago. Yikes. Bad day for Derek Carr. Spencer Herbert sitting his ass on my bench with 42 points. Yikes. Doesn't matter. I would have lost either way. Well, sometimes if we just have bad weeks, you know. It's a long season, Spence. You'll be all right, bro. Debo over JJ, says Marky Mark. Wow. That's a costly mistake by the Ravens. Jeez. And the Colts have another timeout. They can run one more play. Wow. Huge mistake, man. Can't do things like that in the National Football League. Good drive here by Carson Wentz and the Colts. This is going to be a big win for the Colts if they can pull this off. It's going to come down to Rodrigo. We'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. Ravens left too much time on the clock, man. They're kind of panicking. I mean, with how good this offense is, well, I guess they've been playing pretty bad, but I don't know, man. Could have ran some of that time off the clock. What a bad penalty, though. Jeez. Going to come down to the goggles. Jerry, this one was enough to get the train running again. Hard time starting 0-4. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Big win for you. I'm glad you got it, bro. Marky Mark, my bench, Emmanuel Sanders and Mike Williams. Yikes. Died a little inside. Ouch. Ouch. Colts just trying to take all the time off the clock, get the ball where they want it spotted. Philly Mike, Mac Jones versus Dallas or Baker Mayfield versus Arizona. I think I'd lean Baker. There. Spencer hates them both. Comes down to the goggles. See what happens here. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. He's missed an extra point and had a field goal block tonight. Steven just texted me bullshit, so I don't know if something bad happens here or not. He missed it. The goggles missed it. Wow. Rodrigo Blankenship misses it. Overtime it is. Overtime it is. Wow. I can't believe that. Ravens fans are hype. Wow, wow, wow. Well, Ravens get another shot and Colts get another shot. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. More points for us. Those of us who have either or guys on other teams playing. Mr. Sarcastic Ball don't lie. Philly Mike's 100 push-ups. Jerry, let's see that Andrews value go up in overtime. Absolutely. Yeah. Lamar and Andrews, Pittman potentially, Jonathan Taylor. But yeah, if you're trying to trade Mark Andrews, absolutely. Richard Glass gives the refs time to make more bad calls. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, man. I feel like they kind of root for these overtime situations too. Keeps people watching the television, right? I can't believe we get to see see John do push-ups. Yeah. Spencer Stern, with this OT, I'm likely to have played a 200 plus point score team for the last 2 weeks. Yikes. Yikes. Mr. Sarcastic, I have Lamar and Mark Andrews. Let's go. I would imagine you've already won your matchup then, but still, let's go. I mean, hey, those the more points you score, generally speaking, places you hire in leagues. So yeah, nothing wrong with that, man. I won't mind having. I need some extra points the way my team's been playing the last couple of weeks. JM Jonathan Taylor, Joe Mixon, full PPR rest of season. I'm kind of leaning towards Jonathan Taylor just because Joe Mixon's been dealing with the injuries. So I think for me, I'm inclined to lean towards Jonathan Taylor between the two. What do you think? What do you guys think in the chat? I should say Jonathan Taylor or Joe Mixon on the rest of the season, full PPR. Mr. Sarcastic, I won before tonight's game. Let's go. Doesn't hurt to get those extra points, though. Philly Mike, C. Ridley, and Devonta Smith for Deontay Johnson and Myers. I don't mind that trade. I don't mind either side of the trade, to be honest. Mark John. Okay, seriously, who was your pick at 3? I really don't know. I mean, like, it depends if Eckler or CMC is there. And honestly, if they're there, I'm still thinking about Kamara or Ezekiel Elliott, to be honest. So we'll see. We'll see Wednesday night. Spencer Ridley side, Philly. Yeah, I don't mind either side, but I do feel like Devonta Smith might be a little bit more valuable than Myers, just on a consistency basis. Philly Mike says CMC. He might get taken second overall. It's hard to say. We'll see what happens. All right, touchdown wins the game, boys. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Lamar juking around, doing Lamar things, gets a gain. Yikes. Lamar's gotten hit a lot in this game. I mean, he's good at protecting himself, but I just hate every time he gets hit. I worry. Philly Mike Robinson or Jonathan Taylor rest of the season? That's a good question. I like both those guys pretty similar fashion, to be honest. JM, do you think Marquise Brown might actually be a breakout this season? It's looking that way. The way he's been playing, yeah. It's looking that way, bro. Spencer says Robinson. I think Robinson will finish top 8. Didn't he finish top 8 last year? At least top 10. Marky Mark, I had to try. Fair enough. Nothing wrong with that, bro. Lamar dropping back, 1st and 10. Lots of time in the pocket. Finds a man. Ooh, big hit there. Dude, Mark Andrews is having a giant game. Spencer, he was 5. I had him. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He had such a good season last year towards the end of the year. I don't understand why he's not getting the ball more. B. Roth or Winston? I feel like I agree with Spencer. You got to lean Ben Roethlisberger there. Philly Mike, what are you drinking, John? This is sparkling water, grapefruit flavored. Waterloo, my jam. Dude, that was a huge hit. I think that could have been flagged right there. Leaning with the helmet or whatever. That was a big hit. They're pulling him for a concussion. Marky Mark, JK is a beast, but comes out way too often. I have him. Yeah, I mean, we've even seen Marlon Mack get involved tonight, man. Man, Lamar looking strong tonight. Lamar almost got 40 points. Got the Chargers and Cincy coming up. That's why you play him. Marky Mark says play Winston. All right, Lamar dropping back here. Finds Mark or Hollywood Brown, makes a move, picks up a couple extra yards. Calvin Johnson or Randy Moss? That's a good question. Jerry Andrews has more points than Lamar. Yeah. He's going crazy, man. Does he have 40 points yet? I don't think so. Maybe in full PPR. Yeah, he's at 36 and half PPR. Ravens look like they want to win this football game, man. And to answer your question, Philly, as I see Spencer saying Calvin, Randy Moss is one of my favorite receivers of all time. If Calvin Johnson was on a better football team, part of a better organization, then I feel like he'd be my answer because he probably would have been much more successful and wouldn't have to retire early. Might even be playing to this day. But Randy Moss, one of my favorite receivers of all time. So I think I'm biased towards my Randy Moss pick, but I think that's who I'd pick. Jerry, John, I can't believe Steven asked us why we start Lamar. I think he was being sarcastic, but I'll let him know that you're mad at him. Tell him I say he doesn't know what he's talking about. John, that's a good question. Yeah, sorry, I was watching the game, man. T.O. or Chad Johnson? That's another great question. That's a great question. I love T.O. No hate whatsoever towards him or Chad Johnson. But I feel like Chad Johnson did so much for the Bengals organization and so much for the league in terms of celebrations, and really brought a whole new dynamic to the NFL. I love both of those players. But I think, growing up watching Chad Johnson, I think that I'm inclined to pick Chad Johnson. But both extremely skilled, and part of me wants to say that Terrell Owens may be the better receiver, but I think for me personally, I like Chad Johnson more. But that's a very tough question. I view them in very similar fashion. Marky Mark, I'm saying Megatron is the best nickname, but you got mossed. Damn, I don't know. Fair enough. Jerry, if Andrews gets another touchdown pass, I might cry. Spencer, Calvin's career was wasted at Detroit. If he was on the Packers, he would have been the best of all time. Yeah, I don't disagree with that sentiment, man. And quite honestly, if he was in any other franchise, I don't really disagree with that sentiment. Philly Mike, Tony Gonzalez, or Travis Kelce? I loved Tony Gonzalez growing up, man. I really did. I like both of those guys, but I'm hesitant to answer without us seeing Travis Kelce's full career. JM, should I try and trade away Waller for Andrews and Sutton? I'm concerned with Gruden leaving. Uh, I mean, I don't hate the trade, but I do think Waller on the season will have a better season than Mark Andrews. I know he's having a fantastic game right now, but still on the season, I think I like Darren Waller. And I would potentially try and get a better receiver one out of that trade, and then I'd probably feel better about it. Jerry, I wasn't a fan during the days of Chad Johnson or Megatron or any of those players. Is there anyone who plays now that could be comparable to them? I don't know. I don't know. Who is a comparison to Chad Johnson? I don't know if we'll ever see. Have you guys watched? I don't know if we'll ever see a receiver at that level. Um, if you haven't watched Football Life on NFL Network about Chad Johnson, and the Ravens just won this football game. But if you never watched that, that's got some really good insight onto how talented Chad Johnson was as a player. It's a good question in terms of who compares to them in this day and age. But I don't know. DK comparable to Megatron, that's probably a good comparison. In terms of the way Chad Johnson plays, just that entirely like cocky attitude, so fast, could catch anything. It's so hard to think of a comparison. I don't know if we've ever seen another player like Chad Johnson. Odell is probably the closest to Chad. I agree with that. Odell when healthy. Yeah. That's probably that's a great point, Spencer. Calvin, bigger Hopkins, that's a great comparison too. Are you saying that because Chad was that good or the players are just better now? I think because Chad was that good. I don't think we've ever truly seen a player with that style. Let's see here. Joe Montana or Tom Brady? Uh, that's a great question, but I have to say Brady. I mean, I will admit, I think Brady is the best quarterback of all time. I think Peyton Manning, you could argue, is the best regular season quarterback of all time. But I think Brady is the best quarterback of all time. And I think Montana is probably right after him. That was a fantastic football game we just watched, guys. Wow. Well, I won my fantasy matchup, so I feel good about that. Won by 34 points. So that's a dub. It's a dub in the books. Like to see that. Wow. It's officially time for week 6, guys. This season is just flying by. Like flying by. Wanted to ask you guys a question tonight. We're working on, expanding the channel's network and everything. Um, would you guys be more interested in us having an Instagram page or a Twitter page? Or both? Interested to know. Marky Mark, honestly, Cruz was close to 85 in terms of excitement. I don't necessarily disagree with that. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with that. Spencer, I'm a Brady hater, but I will never bet against Brady. I'm right there with you. Betting against Brady is bad news. I'm right there with you. Jerry, should we be in awe as we watch Brady play, or is it one of those things will be more appreciated later on? I think a little bit of both. A little bit of both. Gosh, he's just played for so long already. I mean, whew. Jerry, I think both will be better since you're able to reach more people. Okay. Spencer, Twitter. Appreciate that feedback, guys. Philly Mike, Ravens or Browns to win the division? That's a good question. I actually can't believe this Ravens team is 4-1. Honestly. I think part of me wants to lean towards the Browns right now. but it's really tough. Spencer, if you want to grow, you have to get into TikTok. That's the biggest market. That's not a bad point. I mean, we could do some shorts and things in terms of quick fantasy updates and content. Marky Mark, I have neither. Yeah, I'm a dad. I don't have either. I don't have any social media other than a YouTube account. Yeah, I have no social media at all. But I think for the channel, um, it would be good in terms of growth. What a game out of Lamar Jackson. Great football game. Spencer, just do clips of YouTube videos. It would give more traction to the YouTube. Okay. It's good feedback. You're right. Makes perfect sense. It's good feedback, man. Appreciate that. All right, homies. I think it's time to go ahead and wind down for the night. Great stream as always, guys. We'll have Steven's defensive video dropped tonight, more than likely, or right first thing in the morning. So make sure you go and check that out. If you guys didn't already, go check out the waiver wire video. Um, we'll be back at it tomorrow night. More than likely doing our RB wide receiver must start segment. Then I believe we're going to do our quarterback tight end must start segment on Wednesday. And then we'll flip around Wednesday night and do a live stream for the Catch Fam midseason draft. Thursday, we'll do our Thursday night football hangout. Friday, Steve and I got a little podcast debate planned for you guys, and then some fantasy Q&A. Saturday, we will do the late night live stream as always. And then more than likely, we'll do a Sunday night stream. I think moving forward, our Sunday pregame stream may be exclusive to the Patreon group. Not entirely sure. If not, then we'll go ahead and do that as well on Sunday morning. But nonetheless, that's the schedule for the week. So excited to get this week down, man. It'll be another good week, man. Week 6 is already here, man. It's crazy. Jerry, Instagram is good for growing your brand since you're able to have more consistent posts. Absolutely. Twitter will be more for your general thoughts about a player or a quick thought about a team before the game. Yeah, those are all great points. Appreciate your guys' feedback. Hydrostan, what's going on, brother? Had Mark or was down 40, had Mark Andrews. Let's go. Was down 75 my other league, had Lamar and Taylor. Greatest night of my life. Let's go. Shout out to Hydrostan. Jordy Kuzco left Hunt and Hollywood Brown on the bench, started AJ and Waller. Ouch. Ouch. It's a long season, guys. It's a long season. Don't forget that. Shout out to you, Hydrostan. Great dub. Jordy, don't lose hope, man. It's a long season. But nonetheless, man, appreciate all you guys coming out tonight. Appreciate all of the support. As always, had a great time tonight. Tonight was a very, very solid overall stream. Michael Chapp have Herbert, and just last week traded for Hollywood for Sutton. W season, baby, and Dalvin is coming back soon. Let's go, Michael Chapp. Real Goated, hey, Catch, just got my first dub. Let's go, Real Goated. I'm psyched for you, brother. Happy to hear it, man. Great to hear it, man. Catch fam catching dubs. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss a single video. Like I said, wide receiver running back must starts tomorrow. Tight end and quarterbacks on Wednesday, followed by our midseason Catch Fam live draft. Thursday night football hangout. Friday, Steve and I will be doing a podcast debate live for you guys, plus fantasy Q&A afterwards. And then Saturday, we'll do the late night fantasy Q&A. As always, make sure you guys are here on Saturday night. It is always a blast. And then Sunday, we'll definitely do a Sunday a Sunday recap video during Sunday Night Football as well. So let's see here. Chase Wellner almost bet on the Colts tonight. Good thing he didn't. I think Steven did. LeBron's brain, what's going on, man? It's been a couple nights. Hope you're doing fantastic, man. It's good to see you tonight. Happy to have you here towards the end of the stream. Played against Lamar, and I had Taylor Pittman in. Thank God. Yeah. Colts bailing you out there. Marky Mark, good vibes. Good vibes is always Marky Mark. Always, always good vibes here at the Catch. Jerry, last question. Who's the better wide receiver, Williams or Moore? I like both of them a lot, but the way Williams is playing right now, I don't think we can deny starting Williams with the huge ceiling he gives you on a weekly basis. But I like both of those guys quite a bit. So yeah, make sure you check out the waiver video from today, guys. Heading into week 6, we'll have Steven's defensive starts of the week posted as well, probably by late tonight, if not first thing in the morning. So make sure you guys check that out too, and stay tuned throughout the week. Make sure you got the notification bell on. You guys won't miss a single video. I appreciate all of your guys' support. Man, this community is just continuing to grow day by day, and it is just outstanding to watch, man. It's incredible. So I appreciate all of you guys. Appreciate the catch fam. Make sure you guys go and smash that like button if you haven't done so already. Go check out the Patreon page if you guys are ever interested. Good win by the Ravens. Got nothing else to say, man, other than I thank you guys so much for watching and for listening. And remember, saw it here on the catch. And peace.